Hey everyone. Hey everyone. So I'm starting this early so I can end early because I got some stuff to do, but yeah. So, I'm gonna play the last of Ace Attorney right now. I'm gonna go until episode 5. I know I said this yesterday, but, well, yeah, I didn't do that yesterday because it was a long time. This is a long game, so I'm still in like the first series, but yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna go on Twitter and say that I'm streaming. Streaming right now. Oh yeah, tell your friends. Okay, let's do this. Okay, continue. I'm gonna go with episode 4. Turnabout goodbyes. Yes. December 27th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 3. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Miles Edgeworth. Oh, wait, let me... Okay, yeah, day 3. Okay, the defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well, apparently the prosecution is also ready. Who is the judge here anyways? Mr. Von Karma, your opening statement? We're very well, no opening statement, so... Not so fast, Judge. I was taking a meaningful pause before speaking. Right, of course. A prediction. Today's trial will end 3 minutes from now. Order, order. Mr. Von Karma, what is the meaning of your statement just now? Bye. Must you question everything? It will be over in 3 minutes. We have no time to waste. I'll call my witness now. Right. I'll call my decisive witness to the stand. It's that mysterious boat shop owner. Witness, state your profession. I am the proprietor of the restaurant The Wet Noodle at Gourd Lake. And I also rent boats. The night of the incident you were in the boat rental shop, correct? Yep, I was. Please testify. Wait a second. We still haven't heard who this old guy is. Raise an objection.
Objection!
Wait a minute. The witness hasn't stated his name yet. Because I did not ask him, Mr. Wright. Bah. I predicted this trial will end in 3 minutes. Stop asking trivial questions and cooperate. Yeah, right. The witness will state his name. Well, I'm not really sure. Yep. What do you mean? My memory? Your Honor, the witness does not remember anything beyond the last several years. Ergo, he cannot recall his own name. You can't recall, you say? Yes, but the incident in question took place 3 days ago. He can testify. Very well. Let's hear his testimony then, shall we, witness? Okay, the night of the murder. It was the night of the 24th, just after midnight. Yep. I was in the restaurant where I rent boats as usual. Then I heard a bang. Yep. When I looked out the window, I saw a boat just floating on the lake. Then I heard another bang. Just about then, the boat comes back to shore and a man walks by my window. Very well. I'd like to begin the cross-examination. There is nothing to question in my witness's testimony, ergo no need for cross-examination. Besides, there are only 10 seconds left before our 3 minutes are up. Judge, your verdict now. Yes. Mr. Wright? Cross-examine. What are you saying? Of course I'll cross-examine the witness. Very well, you may begin. Rah. Excuse me, Mr. Von Karma? 3 minutes just passed. I see. Well then, let's just take our time. You may cross-examine the witness. Okay, cross-examine the night of the murder. Is the night of the 24th just after midnight a.m.? Okay. Okay. Then I heard another bang. Okay, so I need to press. By your window? Yeah, up by my window, right outside the window of my little shack. And could you see the man's face? Well, the fog was pretty darn thick and he was right there in front of me. I saw him. This is a rather important detail. Please add it to your testimony. Tisk, tisk, tisk. I have a bad feeling about this. Okay, that man was the defendant. Okay. Press. Are you sure? Uh-oh. Did Dad? Dad's certain, Keith. He said, I can't believe he's dead as he was walking by too. Witness, are you sure that the person you saw was Miles Edgeworth? It was him, that Edgeworth boy. This sounds like decisive evidence indeed. I see no room for doubt. On karma. He lured me into cross-examining so he could set me up for a fall. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Nick, I don't like the way things are going here. Everyone in the courtroom is glaring at us. I'd better act quick or this trial is going to be over. Raise an objection. Objection! Your Honor, we proved in yesterday's trial that it could not have been Edgeworth who fired that gun. Mr. Wright, are you referring to the fingerprints from Edgeworth's right hand found on the gun? And the photograph showing a man firing with his left hand? Exactly. That is easily explainable. He could have wiped his prints after he fired. You're ignoring the truth of the matter here. Everything in this witness's testimony is true. The judge is lost in thought. What should I do? Raise an objection. Your Honor, this witness claims that Edgeworth said, I can't believe he's dead, but his words is all we have. If he were telling a lie? Objection. Mr. Wright, in a court of law, the evidence tells all. Apparently you have yet to realize even this basic fact. If you say his testimony is a lie, show us proof. Nick, do we have evidence? It's no good. There's nothing I can do. Are you sure? To be honest, I don't know what to do anymore. Please. Can you hear me, sis? Please. We need your help. Nick needs you. Tisk, tisk, tisk. 3 minutes was perhaps too high an explanation. However, 15 minutes isn't bad. This must be a new record. Enough. The witness may leave the stand. This court sees no reason to further prolong the trial. Nor is there any need for more time to decide the case against the defendant. This case is extremely clear. I see no room for misinterpretation of the facts. What? No. This court finds the defendant Mr. Miles Edgeworth guilty. The accused will surrender to the court immediately, to be held pending trial at a higher court within a month from today's date. That is all. This court is adjourned. Wait. Oh, jeez. Who is that just now? Me. Huh? What? Larry? Oh, Larry. What are you doing here? Listen, you gotta listen to me. I was there in the park the night of the murder. I wasn't sure about it until just yesterday. But today I remembered it. Remembered what? The gunshot. I heard it too. Order. What is the meaning of this? The verdict has been decided. I call for adjournment. One moment, Mr. Von Karma. So you say you heard a gunshot? Yeah, I did. A gunshot that night. I was sitting here in the audience listening to the testimony, then I realized something he said was different from what I remember. Anyhow, I can't just sit here and let you call Edgy a murderer. It's just not right. I'll testify. Let me testify. Order, order. Well, this is the first time something has happened like this in my court. I'm not quite sure how to proceed. Judge, you've already given your decision. The trial is over. Nick, this is it. Larry's giving us one final chance at this. She's right. If only it wasn't Larry. He could make things even worse. Mr. Edgeworth was just declared guilty, Nick. It doesn't get any worse. You're right. Okay. Okay. Your Honor, if there is another witness, it is our duty to hear him speak. Right here, right now. A waste of time. The verdict cannot be overturned. Allow me to speak my opinion. In all court proceedings, it's our duty to prevent an inaccurate verdict. In order to make sure no mistake has been made, every witness should be heard. What is this? I withdraw my previous verdict of guilty. Mr. Von Karma, I order you to call this new witness to testify now. What? The court will adjourn for a 5-minute recess. After that, we will hear this new witness. Court is adjourned. Test. Oh, bless you. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I sneezed before. Thank you. December 27th, 10:28 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. Phew, that was too close. Sorry to keep you on the edge of your seat like that, Edgeworth. I've seen worse. Yeah, right, Edgeworth. You're sweating bullets. I just wonder what Larry plans to say in there. Larry was at the lake last night? Yes. He said he went looking for a steel samurai balloon that flew into the lake. Oh, right, and he found the balloon in the air tank that night? Yeah. Hey, Edgeworth. Huh? You say something right? Yeah, a lot of things. You seem out of it. What's wrong? It's nothing. Mr. Edgeworth, there's something I've been meaning to ask you. What's that? Where are your fingerprints on the murder weapon? Oh. When he fell into the lake, I went into a daze. I couldn't understand what had happened. I couldn't think straight. Then I saw the pistol lying on the floor of the boat in front of me. I picked it up without thinking. I didn't have a reason, really. I see. Right. Yeah? This might be our chance. Our chance? Von Karma has only ever run perfect trials. Perfect trials? Perfectly prepared witnesses, complete evidence. That's the secret to his success. This is the first time he's ever had to deal with something unexpected. He has to let someone he hasn't even talked to testify before the court. And that someone is Larry. What are you getting at? It's likely his testimony will be full of holes, right? That's right, Nick. No 10-minute trial this time. We'll milk this one for all it's worth. Hey, it was 15 minutes. 15. Everything's on Larry now. December 27, 10:35 a.m. District Court, Courtroom Number 3. Court is now back in session. Witness, please testify to the court about everything that you saw on the night of December 24th. Right. Leave it to me. Please, Larry, don't mess this one up. I hate to admit it, but you're our last chance. But Karma didn't even have time to prep his witness. I just hope Edgeworth is right about this being our big break. Okay, the night of the murder. The night I was out in a boat on the lake. I was looking for something and I found it, so I quietly slipped the boat back in at the rental shop dock. Then just as I was thinking about going home, I heard this bang. I looked out over the lake, but I didn't see a boat. So after I heard that single gunshot, I went home. That was an unusually vague testimony even for this court. In any case, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. What's wrong, Nick? It's Larry. I have no idea what he's going to say if I press him. I'm a little scared. Well, we've come this far. There's no way to go but forward, Nick. Okay, the night of the murder. Okay, so I heard a single gunshot. I'm gonna skip through this. Okay, to present the disposition. Okay.
Objection!
Wait a sec, Larry. What? You only heard one bang, you sure? That's what I said. But Mr. Lotta Hart testified yesterday that she heard 2 bangs. The old man just now said the same thing. They both heard 2 gunshots that night. Huh? Were you even listening? Were you paying attention at all to what they said? Yo, Nick, please. Huh? You know something's been bothering me. I'm a witness, see? I'm like a customer here. So you got to treat me nice and stuff, okay? Mr. Butts, what? You only heard 1 gunshot, are you sure? Well, to tell you the truth, I'm not sure. Eh? Not sure? How could you not be sure? Yeah, well, I might have missed the other gunshot. I was listening to something else. Something else? My radio, dude. With my headphones. What? Order, and stop that booing. Mr. Butts, you were listening to the radio with your headphones? Yeah, so what? That's a crime? I listen to my radio. Everybody listens to the radio. What's the big deal? Mr. Von Karma, your opinion? Waste of time. I do not accept this witness nor his shoddy testimony. Well, Mr. Wright, should he continue the testimony? Continue. Your Honor, please allow the witness to continue his testimony. Bah, nothing is more pitiful than a lawyer who doesn't know when he's lost. Very well, Mr. Butts. Please give your testimony and be sure to include details like your radio. Right, leave it to me. I wouldn't if there were any other way out of this, believe me. What Larry heard, okay. It's lonely being alone on Christmas Eve. That's why I was listening to an all-request show on the radio, see? I was listening to it real booming loud like, but I'm sure I heard that gunshot. I remember exactly what the DJ was saying when I heard it too. You were listening to your radio at a high volume? Yeah, what's the big problem? Can't a man listen to his radio in peace? Isn't this a free country? I truly believe Larry has no idea what the problem here is. Judge, can you believe a word this witness says? What he heard was probably nothing more than a drum beat from the radio. True enough, it is difficult to believe this testimony. Wait, Your Honor, the witness said he remembers exactly what the DJ said when he heard the gunshot. Excuse me, DJ? An announcer, the guy who says things on the radio. Anyway, what this means is when he heard the sound, no music was playing. The DJ only talks between songs, so he could have heard the gunshot from the lake. I'd like to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor. Very well, Mr. Wright. I can't believe I'm continuing this charade. Okay, what Larry heard, okay. Oh, okay, I need to skip through this. Okay, I remember. Okay, press. What did she say? Mr. Wright, please cease these pointless questions. What possible good could knowing what a radio DJ said do us? Indeed, Mr. Von Karma. Indeed, Mr. Von Karma has a point. I'll allow the question only if you see some reason why we should care. We should care. We should care, Your Honor. Of course we should. Why? Well, how do you know if we don't ask? Fine, very well. Mr. Butts, please testify to the court. What was the radio announcer saying when you heard the gunshot? Just when she said, hey, it's almost Christmas, I heard the gunshot. Okay, need to present the disposition again.
Objection!
Larry, are you absolutely sure what you're saying is correct? What's with the face? You look scary, dude. Hey, if you're trying to scare me, you better know I don't scare that easy. Is something the matter, Mr. Wright? Your Honor, did you hear what the witness just said? The DJ said, "Hey, it's almost Christmas," when he heard the gunshot. Indeed, and almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas. Do you realize what this means? When he heard the gunshot, it was still Christmas Eve. That would seem to be the case, yes, but that contradicts the two testimonies we have heard so far, Your Honor. Both Miss Hart and the old man said it was after midnight when they heard the shots. In other words, when they heard the gunshots, it was already Christmas. This is a clear contradiction, Your Honor. Order, order. What does this mean? The two prior witnesses heard gunshots after midnight. However, this witness says he heard a gunshot before midnight. Judge, the answer is simple. The current witness is plainly mistaken. Just look at him. Suspicious. What? Well, Mr. Wright, what do you think about Mr. Butt's claim he heard the gunshot before midnight? Larry's right. Larry's not mistaken, Your Honor. He heard the gunshot before midnight. Intriguing. I'm assuming you have evidence for this wild claim. Show me evidence there was a gunshot before midnight. Okay, second lake photo. Look at this photograph. This was taken by our witness yesterday, Miss Lotta Hart, with her automatic camera. The timestamp on the photo reads December 24th, 11:50 p.m. Oh. But there's nothing on the lake in this picture. Your Honor, the real issue here is not why nothing is shown in this photograph. It is why this photograph exists at all. What do you mean? Your Honor, this photograph was taken by an automatic camera. That camera was set to go off in response to loud noise. Aha, correct. There was a loud noise on the lake at 11:50 p.m. That is why this photograph was taken. In other words, when Larry heard that gunshot, it was most definitely still Christmas Eve. Indeed, it would seem that is the case. Then where does that leave us? Miss Hart testified that she heard the gunshots after midnight. Are you claiming she was mistaken? Not at all, Your Honor. In fact, the camera also triggered at 15 minutes after midnight. Your Honor, that night there were two sets of gunshots with a 25-minute pause between them. Why would this be? Don't be fooled, Judge. That camera was set to respond to loud noises. Yes? There is no proof that the loud noise at 11:50 was a gunshot. Why the witness could have sneezed triggering the camera. Hey, my nose was clear that night, man. Clear. Well, Mr. Wright, there's no turning back now. Can you prove that the loud noise at 11:50 p.m. was indeed a gunshot? Please show the court evidence if you have any. Present the pistol. This is my evidence. The murder weapon? Something about this pistol was bothering me, Your Honor. Both of the witnesses who testified yesterday heard 2 gunshots. However, the murder weapon was fired 3 times. When then was the last shot fired? Only now have I realized the truth. That third shot was the shot Larry heard just before midnight. Order. That would make sense of the evidence we've seen so far. However, this leaves me wondering exactly what happened that night on the lake. Exactly. If this is true, there were 2 sets of gunshots separated by 25 minutes. One at 11:50, another at 15 minutes after midnight. Why ask you why? Oh, I better think of something quick. Wait a second. Gunshots separated by 25 minutes. Ah. What's wrong, Nick? I have it, huh? Remember the case with the steel samurai? Huh? Yeah, of course I remember. The murderer in this case had the same idea as the murderer in this case. What do you mean? Maya? Yes, if we don't figure this out now, we'll never overturn Edgeworth's guilty verdict. I've got a hunch and I'm going to run with it. Right, I mean, is this safe? Safe? We've already gotten a guilty verdict. We have nothing to lose. You just watch and let me know if I say anything that sounds fishy, okay? Right, Nick. Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Wright, the testimony just now has cleared up the entire case. What do you mean, Mr. Wright? Tisk, tisk, tisk. So you finally realize the truth? There can be no other murderer here than Mal Edgeworth himself. Wrong, Bond Karma. A man was shot that night, but it wasn't Edgeworth who did the shooting. Listen, rookie, take a deep breath and consider the facts. At the time of the murder, one boat was on the lake. This was shown by the witness's photograph. The defendant Edgeworth and the victim Robert Hammond were on the boat. There was a gunshot fired on the boat and Robert Hammond fell into the lake. The distance of the shooting was 1 meter. It couldn't have been suicide. Well, the guilty party has to be the other man on that boat. I admit it's hard to imagine any other possibility, yes. But this assumes that the victim was shot at 15 minutes after midnight. What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright? We have photographic evidence of the time of the shooting. The timestamp on the photo says 15 minutes. But Larry heard... it's 12:15, sorry. But Larry heard a gunshot 25 minutes before that. Robert Hammond was killed then, 25 minutes before the shot on the lake. That's the only way that Edgeworth could be innocent. Mr. Wright, are you quite mad? Explain who the two men on the boat are. Edgeworth and the murderer. Of course, it was Edgeworth and the murderer. After the murderer killed Robert Hammond at 11:50, he assumed the guise of Mr. Hammond and met Edgeworth. Well, what? Are you serious? Yes, Edgeworth won't tell us why he went to the lake that night. However, I have a hunch. That night, Robert Hammond called Edgeworth to the lake. Now, Edgeworth didn't know Robert Hammond's face that well. That's why he didn't suspect anything when the murderer took Robert Hammond's place. I'm not sure what to make all of this. Ludicrous. Mr. Wright, tell us the name of the murderer then. The murderer's name? Right, it's... I don't know. Actually, I don't know the murderer's name. You don't know? Bah, again, you waste my time. I don't know because he never told us. The murderer is the caretaker of the boat shop, that old man. At 11:50, he was the one who killed Robert Hammond. The caretaker of the boat shop? Where did he do this? There weren't any boats on the lake then. Why would he have to go all the way out to the lake just to shoot someone? May I suggest that the real scene of the crime was not on a boat? What? Well then, where did the murder take place? Show the judge where the murder really took place. Okay, the boat shop. Take that! Here, of course, the boat shop where he lives. That way he could meet with the victim without anyone seeing. Do you have proof that the boat shop was the scene of the crime? Ooh, I need to go to the bathroom. Okay, I'll be back. I'm so sorry. Okay, hi again. So, there are some new comments. I did try to reply from the bathroom, which is something that you shouldn't really be doing, but yeah. Am I muted? Can you hear me? Hello, hello. Testing 1, 2, 3. Oh, now it's fine. Okay, thank you. Yeah. So yeah, Maya is cute. Um, Autism said brap, which I don't know why he would embarrass me like that. Um, let's see. Yeah, I had some Alfredo. I took 2 lactate pills and they don't work. I don't know why. Um, so yeah. Yeah, it is a silly game, but it's also fun. So I guess that's a good thing, you know? Yeah, so thank you for the comments. Okay, yes. So, this guy said, "Do you have proof that the boat shop was the scene of the crime? Recall Larry's testimony, if you will." Okay, looks like Larry went out in circles. That night he went on the lake in a boat searching for something. He finds and returns the boat. Then, just as he's starting to head home, he heard a gunshot. Heard a gunshot, Your Honor, even though he was wearing headphones at the time. In other words, the gunshot was very, very close by. And where would that be if he just returned the boat? The boat shop. Mr. Wright, what happened that night on Gourd Lake? Please tell the court from the beginning. Yes, Your Honor. Nick, are you sure about this? I'm not really, but I think if I start at the very beginning and take it slow, I might just be able to figure this out. That night, the caretaker of the boat shop called Robert Hammond to his shop. This was around 11:50. That was when the gunshot that Larry heard was fired. After that, the caretaker put on Robert Hammond's coat. He became Robert Hammond. Then he got in the boat with Edgeworth and went out into the middle of the lake. And who fired the pistol of the boat, Mr. Wright? The boat shop caretaker? Of course it was the murderer who shot the pistol. He shot twice. Both missed Edgeworth on purpose. Wait a minute. Yes? Why would he shoot twice if he didn't mean to hit anyone? Details. Know this, Mr. Wright. The moment you run out of explanations is the moment you lose. That's why the murderer had to fire twice. To create a witness. I believe he shot twice to create a witness, Your Honor. Create a witness? The murderer lifts his pistol and fires one shot. That ensures that anyone who heard the shot would look at the lake. Indeed, Miss Hart did exactly that after hearing the first gunshot. Next, the murderer waits a bit and he fires again. Then... the murderer jumps from the boat himself, leaving the pistol in the boat behind him. I see. To someone looking from the edge of the lake, it would appear that one of the men on the boat had shot the other. The murderer didn't know about the automatic camera, of course. That's why he shot twice to draw attention to the boat. Once you realize that, everything else falls into place. The boat shop caretaker swamped back to his shop. Then he put Mr. Hammond's wet coat back on the body and threw the body into the lake. This is what happened, Your Honor. These are the events that transpired that night on Gourd Lake. Bailiff, bringing out the witness from before. The boat shop caretaker, quickly. Very well. While we are waiting for the caretaker, I would like to ask the defendant Miles Edgeworth a few questions. Mr. Edgeworth, please take the stand. Mr. Edgeworth, you heard what the defense has said? Yes. Well, why did you go to the lake that night? What Wright has said was mostly correct. And astonishingly, what the heck? Astonishingly so, actually, yes. Several days ago, I received a letter. The letter was signed Robert Hammond. He asked me to come to the boat shop at the lake at midnight on Christmas Eve. He said he had something very important to discuss with me. Something important? I'm sorry, I can't say what it was. Your Honor, sir. Bailiff. We are conducting a trial here. I ask that you remain quiet. The witness has disappeared. He isn't at the boat shop either. What? What should I do? Find him quickly. We cannot allow him to get away. Oh no, he's guilty. Hi, Melantai. Mr. Von Karma, your witness has disappeared. A search warrant has already been issued. It goes without saying that I cannot declare a verdict under these circumstances. I will extend the trial until tomorrow, the final day allowed. I request that the police department utilize all its forces to find that witness. Am I understood? One more thing, just who is that boat shop caretaker? I think his identity has become very important to this trial. I want him and I want to know who he is. Very well. Court is adjourned. December 27, 11:22. Oh, 1:22 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. Yay, Nick, you did it. Yeah. Well, at least we got out from under that guilty verdict. And what about Larry? That was something else. Even Von Karma didn't know what to do with his testimony. Larry really helped us out. Sure, once I sifted through his unique testimony, still, he did save us. I just wish our cases weren't so down to the wire all the time. I know what you mean. Sometimes I feel like it's us on trial instead of our clients. Hey, Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth? Did you say something? Don't look so pained. I mean, it looks like you're probably going to get off the hook. You could try to smile just a little. Relax. I'm sorry, but I fear it's not over for me yet. What do you mean? Right. There's something that's been troubling me for a long time now, and I don't know whether or not to tell you. Edgeworth? No, there's so little time left. I want to tell you to get it off my chest, but I can't make up my mind. What is this about, Edgeworth? It's a nightmare I've had. A memory of a crime that I committed. A crime you committed? A memory of a murder. To be continued. Okay, this looks, no. Okay, this looks fast. December 27, 2:11 p.m. Wright and Co. Law Offices. What was Mr. Edgeworth talking about? Okay, he, remembers a crime. Do you really think Mr. Edgeworth killed? I don't believe it, not Edgeworth. Some painful memory has been troubling him recently. But he never takes someone's life, never. Nick. Yo, how's everyone doing? What do you think of my performance today? I had him swooning in the aisles, huh, Maya? Swooning me? Oh yes, I do remember feeling faint. Right on, tell me the truth. It was like love at first sight, right? Right, Nick? Huh? Me? Well, maybe my heart skipped a beat or two. I think you can do better than that. Come on, I saved Edgeworth in there, dude. Edgy. You guys should be bowing before me. Yeah, bow before your hero. Okay, talk. Today's trial. Larry, you really helped out in the trial today. You did. If you weren't there, Larry, I'm sure Mr. Edgeworth would have been found guilty. Ha 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 ha. But seriously, Nick, that boat shop caretaker guy is pretty suspicious, but Edgy ain't off the hook yet. Way to spoil the mood, Larry. Hey, I'm just a guy sitting in the audience, you know? But from where I was sitting, Edgy seemed pretty edgy. I mean, can you really know he's telling the truth about that night? Nick, I don't know. But what I do know is I'm going to believe in you until the end. Us two? Edgeworth and who else? You mean me, right? Nah, he means me, right, Nick? Yeah, you and Larry. Not me. But why you, Larry? Huh? Actually, yeah. Why me, Nick? Enough with the silent treatment. Edgeworth. Nick, why do you trust Mr. Edgeworth so much? I mean, he's changed recently, true. But when we first met him, he was kind of a jerk, don't you think? You didn't know him back then. Back when he wanted to become a defense attorney. Wait, was that when you two were classmates? Yes. In grade school, they saved me, Miles. And Larry, they saved me and I'll never forget it. That's why I became a defense attorney, you know? What? Hey Larry, what's he talking about? Huh? Sorry, I kind of forgot. Okay, Nick, out with it. I'm going to hear this story today and that's final. Okay. It's kind of a long story, so hang in there. It was the very end of 3rd grade. I was on trial, a class trial. The class trial. You remember Larry, spring, end of 3rd grade? A kid in our class got his lunch money stolen. Lunch money? Our school was really small. Every month, kids would bring in an envelope with money for lunch from home. I see. Anyway, this kid's envelope disappeared, worth $38 still inside. Oh yeah, now that you mention it, I do remember that. I can see why you'd forget though. You were out of school that day. Anyway, the envelope had been stolen during PE class. I was coming down with a cold, so I skipped PE that day. I was the only one who not in class. So they thought you did it? Yeah, the kids in class said I should be put on trial. Trial? So the next day we held a classroom trial with me as the defendant. Okay. I didn't do it. Guilty. He did it. Guilty. It was you. Give the money back. Oh. You just admit you did it. Okay. Yeah, they're all blaming him right now, and it's going really fast. Okay, give me back my 50 cents. Now, Phoenix, you know you shouldn't steal people's money. It's not right. In the end, even the teacher thought I'd done it. Go over and apologize, Phoenix. I didn't know what was happening. I was so sad. I couldn't stop crying. Everyone was staring at me like I've done it. I tried to apologize. I went to where the boy whose money had been stolen was sitting. That's when it happened. You shouldn't have to apologize. The only thing that belongs in a trial is evidence. Anything else has no place. You should all be ashamed. Amateurs. Miles? Oh, he's wearing a suit too. It wasn't you who stole my money, was it? No. Then you shouldn't apologize. Everyone's been shouting you did it, but no one has any proof. That is why, Your Honor, this boy is innocent. But Miles, it was your money that was stolen. Yeah, he did it. He's the one. Okay. Why don't you all just shut up? This is always how it is. Everyone getting up and picking on one person. Just think how he feels. He said he didn't do it, so he didn't do it. Okay. Very well. I will replace the money myself. This class trial is over. Okay, that's how it happened. After that, the 3 of us were the best of friends. Wow, I had no idea. Yeah, I had no idea either. I mean, I forgot. That's when I learned what it meant to be alone. Totally alone without a friend in the world. You did a good thing, Larry. Yeah, well, I was just lucky that I took the day off from school. If I'd been there, they would have thought I'd done it. So I took it kind of personally. See, when something smells, it's usually the butts. After the trial. Anyway, Edgeworth and I talked after the class trial. That's when I heard his father was a defense attorney. I remember his eyes would shine when he talked about his father. I'm going to become a defense attorney, just like my father. A famous defense attorney. Then a few months later, he suddenly transferred to another school. The Deal 6 incident, right. I'm not sure, but the transfer probably had to do with his father's death. That's so sad. It was several years later when I heard Edgeworth's name again. There was an article about him in the newspaper. The headline was something like Dark suspicions of a demon attorney. Fabricating evidence, manipulating testimonies, covering up facts. The article said he'd do anything to get a guilty verdict, anything. But why? What happened? I mean, that's not the Edgy I used to know at all. That's what I thought too. I tried to get in touch with him I don't know how many times. He never replied. I guess he didn't want to see his old friends. I couldn't just drop it though. I wanted to meet him to learn why he had become who he became. That's when I decided... Wait, you don't mean... That's why you became a defense attorney? To meet Edgeworth? If I was a defense attorney, I knew he'd have to meet me whether he wanted to or not, in court. Edgeworth believed in me and I believe in him. He's in pain and no one's on his side. I'm the only one who knows the real Edgeworth. I'm the only one who can help him. Whoa, Nick. So is that what you helped me out for free? Yes. I helped you because I believed in you. Except I don't remember saying I'd do it for free. Aw, Nick. Nick, we have to save Mr. Edgeworth if it's the last thing we do, okay? Right. It very well may be. First, there's the rental boat shop caretaker. We need to find out who or what he is. I'd settle for who. I guess I can clean out some of this evidence I no longer need. Okay, let's go. Okay, so we're gonna move to the lake entrance. Okay, December 25th, Grove Lake Park entrance. Hey pal, long time no see. Oh, Detective Gumshoe. Close one today, eh? I got so worked up I snapped my tie in half. Sorry about that. No problem, pal. Thanks to you, we now know who really did it. You mean the boat shop caretaker? Look, I'll make you a promise. I'll have that scoundrel in my custody by trial time tomorrow. Come what may, it's my duty to you as a police officer, not to catch me a criminal. Detective Gumshoe sure is active today. Oh, one other thing. Eek. No one can go into the woods today. The woods where Lotta was camping? The woods are off limits to camping and apparently the park ranger found out. He got pretty mad no one can go in for a while. I guess Lotta's in a lot of trouble. Anyway, I'll be seeing you tomorrow. Okay, move to the shack. Which you need a December 27th Gourd Lake Public Beach. Huh? The steel eyesore is missing. Eyesore? Looks like the hot dog stand is closed too. I guess Larry's too busy worrying about Mr. Edgeworth to show up for work. Okay, move to the boat rental shop. December 27th boat rental shop. The old caretaker got away. Yep, I never imagined he might be the real murderer. Ahem. I know that clearing of the throat anywhere. Hello. What might you be doing here? Out for a walk, hmm? The days of my youth, like the scent of fresh lemon, you see. Mr. Grossberg, this is no time for idle reminiscing. Mr. Edgeworth's trial ends tomorrow. That is true, yes, but from what I saw of today's trial, Edgeworth should be fine, right? Well, I'm not so sure about that. Ho ho, what do you mean by that? Well, I'm not sure. If you find anything out, come by my office at once. I may be able to offer you some assistance. Thanks. Bye. What do you think Mr. Grossberg was doing here anyway? Who knows? Okay, so, we're gonna move into the shack. December 27th, caretaker shack. Nobody's home. Hello. Squawk. Hey, it's Polly. I wonder where your owner's gone, Polly. Hello. Squawk. I can't believe he'd run off and leave his poor parrot to fend for herself. Hello. Squawk. Okay, examine the safe. Okay, let's examine this safe. That reminds me, Nick. Holly here knows the number to the safe, right? Yeah, that's right. Holly, what's the number to the safe? 1228, squawk. Let's open it, Nick. Come on. I'm sure there isn't any money in there. Aw, but hey, he keeps it locked, right? So there must be something of value in there. I'm not so sure. Okay, Nick, let's see what's in there. I guess there might be a clue or two. Only thing in here is a letter. A letter? Aw, boring. There's no name or signature on this thing. It's handwritten in very precise, clear letters. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Edgeworth? Nick, why would Mr. Edgeworth's name be on here? How should I know? I'm going to read the whole thing. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. It also says this is your last chance. Now is the time to get revenge on the 2 men who ruined your life. The rest of the letter goes on to describe the murder plot in detail. How to kill Robert Hammond and frame Edgeworth. Calling Edgeworth out to the lake, getting on the boat, firing twice. This is exactly what I figured out today in court. It's all here in perfect detail. What do you think it means, Nick? I don't know, but it looks like these are instructions for that caretaker. When he killed Robert Hammond and called out Edgeworth, he was following instructions. But who could have written that letter? And what does it mean to get revenge on Miles Edgeworth? Look, I don't know, okay? But one thing's for certain. This letter is an amazing clue. Okay, letter from the safe. Okay, okay, move to the detention center. Move. Okay, December 27th, Detention Center Visitors Room. You look as grim as always. Mr. Edgeworth, I heard the story about the class trial. Class trial? What do you mean? You don't remember? No, I don't. Your lunch money was stolen, wasn't it, in 3rd grade? Lunch money? Oh, right. Yes, I seem to remember something like that. Nick, I think you're the one who really remembers. Okay. Well, it probably only really mattered to me anyway. Mr. Edgeworth, didn't you know? That trial was the reason Nick became a defense attorney. Ridiculous. Gee, thanks. That said, it does sound like the kind of thing you do. You haven't changed a bit, have you, right? So simple to a fault even. Well, maybe, yeah, but I think you changed too much, Edgeworth. Perhaps. Okay, talk. Why prosecute? Hey, Edgeworth, why did you become a prosecutor anyways? You used to look up to your dad. You said you wanted to be a defense attorney, right? I couldn't let myself deny reality like you. What do you mean? My father was taken from me and you want me to defend criminals? I'm sorry, right, but I'm not that good of a person. One suspect was apprehended in your father's murder, right? Yes, the man trapped in the elevator with my father. His name was Yanni Yogi. He had to be the shooter any way you look at it. Yet he was found innocent. That defense attorney got him off the hook. That would be Robert Hammond. On that day 15 years ago, the 3 of us were trapped in the elevator for 5 hours. When we were rescued, we all suffered oxygen deprivation. I lost all memory of the murder. Lost your memory? Even now, I can't recall what happened in that elevator. That was the crux of Yogi's attorney argument in court. He claimed Yanni Yogi had not been of sound mind due to the oxygen deprivation. Yogi was released due to a lack of evidence. Innocent. That's when I changed my mind. I started to hate defense attorneys. Prosecutor Von Karma. What's your relationship with Von Karma? He's my teacher and a man who deserves respect. I learned everything I know of courtroom techniques from him. So he's like my sister was to you, Nick. He is a perfectionist in all things. In court, in his personal life, he is obsessed with doing everything perfectly. Perfectly, huh? In all the cases he has taken on, none were left unsolved, and not one suspect was declared innocent ever. But that's... I know. It's possible some of the suspects were indeed innocent. However, it is impossible for us to accurately determine that in every case. All von Karma does is his job to find the suspect guilty perfectly. In any case, it's nigh impossible to find a weakness in him. Should a weakness appear, he would do everything in his power to make it go away. Edgeworth, if what you're saying is true, you're headed for a guilty sentence tomorrow. He's right. Now's no time to praise the enemy, Mr. Edgeworth. It's a strange situation in which I find myself, I'll admit. No kidding. Okay, Oh, I didn't... Oh, wait. I didn't present the... Did I present the letter? Oh, I didn't present the letter. Okay. Edgeworth. See this letter? This came out of the safe in the shack where the boat rental caretaker lives. I see. Revenge on me? Who's that old guy anyway? I don't know. Could he be an innocent defendant you got declared guilty or something? Nice, right? But I don't remember that old man. Not at all. So he was following this letter then. Which means there was someone else behind it. Now is the time to get revenge on the two men who ruined your life. Two men meaning myself and Robert Hammond. It also says this is your last chance. Last chance? Wait, maybe he's talking about the statute of limitations on the Deal 6 incident. Wait, that old man. Wait, what is it? Do you know who he is? Yogi. Oh, could he be Yogi? Yogi. The suspect is in the Deal 6 incident, the one who was found innocent. Okay, Yanni Yogi. Yanni Yogi was a court bailiff at the time. We just happened to be in the elevator together 15 years ago. Earthquake. The quake was incredibly strong. Before I knew it, everything was dark. We were there for so long it felt like forever. The air thinned and the darkness closed in on us in that little box. We became unsettled. Help, I can't breathe. Quiet. I said quiet. You're not making this any easier. I want to get out. Help, get us out. Don't shout. You'll just use up more oxygen. That's all I remember. When I came to, I was in a hospital bed staring up at the ceiling. In court, Yanni Yogi's mental condition was called into question. They claimed oxygen deprivation and stress had caused temporary insanity. And then the claim passed, the court Yogi was found innocent. Huh, but isn't that strange? This letter tells him to get revenge on Edgeworth. Why would he want to take revenge on you? Right. Yeah. There's something that's been troubling me these last few days. I didn't know whether or not I should tell you. You mean the nightmare? It's a nightmare I've had. A memory of a crime that I committed. A crime you committed? A memory of a murder. I think the time has come to tell all. The nightmare. The last 15 years, I've had the same dream about almost every night. I wake up in a fearful sweat every time. What kind of dream? It's a dream about my father's killing in the dark. Help, I can't breathe. Quiet, I said quiet. You're not making this any easier. I want to get out. Help, get us out. Don't shout. You'll just use up our oxygen. I can't breathe. You are using up my air. What? Stop breathing my air. I'll stop you. What? Why are you? Stop breathing my air. No, Father. He's attacking Father. And I see the pistol lying by my feet. I don't know if it was evidence from that day in court or the bailiffs. In the days I pick up the pistol... Get away. Get away from my father. War. And with that scream, I wake. It's a bone-chilling scream, a scream that has rung in my ears for the past 15 years. But that's just a dream, right? That thought is the only thing that has kept me sane for the last 15 years. But what if I'm wrong? What if it's real? They say that sometimes people shut out memories in self-defense. Maybe it was I who killed my father. What? If you think about it that way, this letter makes sense. Get revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Think about it. Yogi was really innocent. That's why he wanted revenge against me. Wait, Edgeworth, you mean... It was me. I was the true criminal of DL6. I shot my father. This is bad. What are we gonna do, Nick? What can we do? I don't know. I don't think there is anything we can do, like it or not. If there's something else, who knows a lot about the DL6 incident, maybe. There is, Nick. There is someone else who knows about DL6. Okay, back, and then we're gonna move to the Grossberg Law Offices. December 27th, Grossberg Law Offices. Mr. Grossberg. Ah, hello there. What's wrong? You look troubled. No kidding. I can't believe you're not. My. Just calm down and tell me what happened, It's Mr. Edgeworth. He sobbed. I see. So Edgeworth dreamt he shot his own father? It's only a dream, only a dream. I wonder. What? If that's the case, then why do you two look so troubled, Well, also consider this. Yogi quite certainly holds a deep grudge against Miles Edgeworth. So deep he'd want to frame him for murder. This leads me to surmise that Mr. Edgeworth's dream was not a dream, it was real, as you imagined. Mr. Miles Edgeworth threw the pistol to save his father. The pistol fired and the deed was done. No, I don't believe it. Yogi was suspected of murder and his career as a bailiff was irrevocably wrecked. Thus, he sought revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Okay, let me look at comments before I go any further. Okay, no comments. Thus, he sought revenge on Miles Edgeworth. This was his last chance, of course, with the statute of limitation so close. Okay, talk. Gregory Edgeworth. What do you know about Edgeworth's father? He was a defense attorney without peer. It sounds trite, but it's true. Well, he may have had one peer now that I think about it. Your mentor, Mia Fey. My sister? Gregory Edgeworth was very disapproving of Mr. Von Karma's techniques. That's no surprise. Von Karma is an extreme man. Forged testimonies and evidence are nothing to him. The result, he has a perfect record in court. To beat him, Gregory Edgeworth tried to call attention to his methods. And he lost. And died in despair, as it were. I see. The spirit medium. When Gregory Edgeworth was killed, the police called on a spirit medium. That was your mother, Misty Fey. I'm Gregory Edgeworth. I have been killed. The one who shot me was the bailiff, Yanni Yogi. Yogi was found innocent. That's when my mother left us. Everyone called her a fraud. That's right. Everyone thought she was you. Everyone thought she was, you see. Yet now that I think about it, it seems the one who lied was Gregory Edgeworth's ghost. Gregory Edgeworth must have known who shot him. I don't believe it. So you're saying he falsified his testimony? That Edgeworth's dad lied to protect his son? It's only a possibility, mind you, but a possibility nonetheless. Okay, present the letter. Oh, so this is the letter. It does seem that Yogi was following this letter when he killed Hammond. But why kill Robert Hammond? Hammond was a skilled defense attorney. He defended clients not for their sake, but for his own. For his own sake? He never trusted his clients that one. The only thing he trusted was his own ability. He got his client found innocent, so why should it matter? Actually, my dear, it's quite different. He won that innocent verdict for no one but himself. Yogi was a free man, but socially he was ruined. You'll understand soon enough. Wait, what is it? This letter. I've seen this handwriting somewhere before a long time ago. Whose handwriting was this? Do you have any idea who wrote this? Manfred von Karma. Could it be Manfred von Karma? Von Karma, why would he have something to do with this? Well, I'm not sure. Von Karma, Von Karma. Wait, you're right, my boy. This is Von Karma's handwriting. I'm sure of it. I used to see it all the time on court reports. What? But that means the one who told Mr. Yogi to kill was correct. Manfred Von Karma himself. What does this mean then? Why would Von Karma want to frame Edgeworth? Okay, back talk. Prosecutor Von Karma. If it truly was Von Karma who wrote this letter, then he would know the truth. He would know that Miles Edgeworth had accidentally killed his own father. He'll say as much tomorrow in court, I should think. He'll press the point until the court finds Miles Edgeworth guilty. Oh no. But how could Von Karma know about Mr. Edgeworth's past like this? Even Mr. Edgeworth thought it was just a nightmare. That I do not know. Yet I know that Von Karma is both persistent and a perfectionist. He may be seeking to satisfy a grudge against Gregory Edgeworth by hurting his son. What do you mean? It was 15 years ago. Von Karma met Gregory Edgeworth in court, and Von Karma did win. But he didn't make it through the trial unscarred. Gregory versus Manfred. What happened to the trial between Edgeworth's dad and Von Karma? Von Karma got the guilty verdict he wanted. He won the trial. But Gregory Edgeworth accused Von Karma of faulty evidence, and though he lost the trial, Mr. Edgeworth's accusation stood. Faulty evidence. It was the only penalty Von Karma has ever received in his career as a prosecutor. Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow to his perfect trial record. Wow. It must have been quite a shock for Von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that, you see. A vacation is an unusual event for the man. That was the first and the last vacation he had taken in many years of prosecuting. Really? He doesn't take vacations, like go to the sea or to the mountains? Don't tell me he's never been to Europe. You have strange ideas about vacations, Maya. In any case, that was the only time he took a vacation from work. I believe the penalty upset him quite a lot. Odd, if he wanted to keep a perfect record so badly, why would he take such a long vacation? What do we do, Nick? Von Karma's going to bring up Deal 6, you can bet on it. What if Mr. Edgeworth pleads guilty to Deal 6? I won't let him. Yes, Mr. Wright. I didn't say this, but even accidental murder is murder, you know. I know that. I just believe in Edgeworth's innocence. I can't believe he'd kill someone. But Nick, Mr. Edgeworth and himself, his father must have lied to protect him from beyond the grave. I don't care. I know he's not guilty. Mr. Wright, if you say so, I suppose I could go check again. The police files might hold something of interest. Mr. Grossberg, thank you. I can't promise anything. In fact, I think the chances of finding someone are slim. I understand. The police materials. Okay, so we're gonna move to law office. 1 day left, Nick. Yeah, I know. Well, no time to waste. Let's get going. Oops. Okay, move to the criminal affairs department. December 27, police department, criminal affairs. There's hardly anyone here. Everyone must be out looking for the old guy, Yogi. It's you. I don't think Gumshoe'll let be coming back today. He's staying out late looking for someone. Sounds like Detective Gumshoe is pounding the pavement for real. We were wondering if you could check out the records room again. Well, now I can't have just anyone wandering around in there. But I guess Mr. Von Karma is in there now anyway. You can go in as long as he's there. Von Karma? Yes. He just arrived actually. Von Karma's in the records room. Nick, let's hurry. Okay, move to the records room. December 27th, Police Department records room. Dusty as always. They were only here just yesterday. I'm sure they just haven't had time to clean. What's wrong, Nick? Nothing. I was just noticing that he isn't here. On Karma. Okay, examine. This cabinet is where they keep evidence for current cases. Some of the things are obviously murder weapons, others are question marks. Most of it just looks like random junk. Nick, what do you think this clothespin is for? Don't touch that. It's evidence. Okay, Oh. We just examined the open thing. Huh? One of the drawers here is open. Someone must have been looking in it recently. The label says unsolved cases evidence. Unsolved cases. Nick. The file for deal 6. It's completely empty. What? What are you doing in here? Eek. Oh, Karma. You. How do you know my name? Huh? Have we met? What are you saying? We see each other every day, don't we? We're in Miles Edwards' defense team. Defense team? I beg your pardon. You see, I rarely remember defense attorneys. They are like bugs to me, needless things to be crushed. I can see how this guy was Edward's mentor. Okay, talk. Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth is your student, right? A romanticist who still can't shed that veneer of amateurism. Just like his father, always second rate. Mr. Von Karma, you had your axe to grind with Mr. Gregory Edgeworth, didn't you? Me, a grudge against a mere defense attorney? Why? Because he dealt a blow to your otherwise perfect trial record. So you did, but what I don't get is, why did you take his son under your wing afterwards, the son of your most bitter rival? That, my dear attorney, is none of your business. Tomorrow's trial. Tomorrow will be the last day of this trial. It's been a while since I've had a defense attorney last this long. Still, you will lose in the end. Miles Edwards still will admit his own guilt. His guilt of 15 years ago, you mean? You're quite the researcher. If you've done your homework so well, then certainly you must understand. You know what Miles Edgeworth will tell the court tomorrow. We were right. So Von Karma is going to bring up Deal 6 in court tomorrow. Okay, present letter. Okay, present letter. Mr. Von Karma, have a look at this. This was you, wasn't it? You instructed Yanni Yogi to commit murder. Yanni Yogi, how many years has it been since I heard him called by that name? He's a fool. I told him to burn it after he read it. So you admit it. You wrote Mr. Yogi this letter. Yes, my dear defense attorney. Thank you for taking the trouble to bring it to me. You've saved me from a lot of needless hassle. Well, what? Nick, what is that thing? A stun gun for self-defense usually. Indeed. 600,000 volts will course through your body like a dog touching an electric fence. 600,000? Oh, don't worry. People don't die from it usually. Now give me the letter. No. No. Whoa, what are you? Nick, run! Ah! Oh shoot. That's bad. Mamaya, out of my way. What? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Ah, he got us. The letter is gone, of course, and he took the Deal 6 evidence, all of it. Back to having no clues. Wait, Maya jumped first. Maya, is she okay? Maya! Hello, spirit medium in court. Yeah, there was a spirit medium. Well, fuck. Yeah. But Maya, open your eyes. Maya! The letter. Did he take it? Huh? Oh yeah, are you okay? I couldn't stop him. I jumped as fast as I could, but one shot from that thing knocked me out cold. I'm useless. I'm no good as a lawyer or a medium. I can't even call my sister. Not even now when we need her the most. I wish I hadn't woken up at all. Oh no, she's sad. Maya, girl, there has to be some way I can help her. I better do something about her self-confidence first. Maya, she's holding something. What is that? A bullet? DL6 incident evidence number 7 taken from the heart of Gregory Edgeworth. I remember. Von Karma was holding this when Maya jumped him. Okay, I got the bullet. I'll prove it to you, Maya. You're most definitely not useless. I'll prove it to you in court tomorrow. To be continued. Okay, saving content. Nope. December 20th, 1951, 9:51 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. This is it, Judgment Day. Today things are going to get settled at last. A lot of things. Wow. What's the big deal? Sorry, Nick. I only touched your shoulder. I guess the shock hasn't worn off from my run-in with the stun gun yesterday. Anyhow, today's the last day of the trial. Good luck, Nick. Yeah, thanks, Maya. Edgeworth is looking glum as always. I hope Von Karma doesn't push him too hard. Whoa. Well, what are you doing? Sorry, I'm sorry. I just thought I'd cheer you back with a pat on the back. Maya, maybe you should go outside and discharge? Right, good idea. Try not to electrocute anyone on your way out. Whoa, yeah, pal. What's got into that girl? Detective Gumshoe, morning. Mr. Edgeworth? Good morning. How did it go, Detective? Have no fear. As promised, I've captured our runway caretaker. I just brought him in. Took all night, pal. Thanks, Detective Gumshoe. You must be tired. Actually, after that shock I got on the way in, I feel pretty good. Yogi says he's forgotten his own name. But that has to be a lie. Why would he want revenge on Edgeworth if he couldn't remember his past? He does remember, and I'm going to prove it. December 20, 10 o'clock a.m. District Court. Courtroom number 3. Court is now in session. Oh, shoot. Okay. For the trial, Miles Edgeworth. Defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready. Alright, very well. We have reached the final day of our proceedings in this trial. I ask the prosecution submit decisive evidence. Understood. Come on, don't be awed into silence by every little thing he says. Very well, Mr. Von Karma. Just your opening statement. Right. Thanks to Detective Gumshoe's efforts, the boat rental shop caretaker has been arrested. In yesterday's trial, the defense asserted that the caretaker was the murderer. However, the caretaker has yet to confirm this. I would like to ask the defense to cross-examine him as much as necessary. Very well. Please bring the witness into the courtroom. Ladies and gentlemen of the court, I believe you all remember our witness. He lives in the boat rental shop on the lake from where he witnessed the incident. In addition, he has currently lost memory of his name and identity. Witness, why did you run away yesterday? The witness was not running away, as he will now testify. I see. Very well. Please begin your testimony. Okay, why I left court? Okay. I'm really sorry about just leaving yesterday like I did, but I wasn't running away or nothing. I went to buy some food for Polly. See, I figured I got nothing to do with this incident anyhow. I mean, I need one of those real motive things, right? And I don't got one. So my testimony yesterday stands as is. Very well. Let's begin the cross-examination, shall we? He has to know his name. Yanni Yogi. You're Yanni Yogi, and I'm gonna prove it. Okay, so I'm going to skip. Okay, press the thing. You've lost much of your memory, is that correct? Yep, seems like it. Then how could you know that you didn't have anything to do with this incident? Or maybe you're lying about not having your memory, You know exactly who you are. The witness has testified quite clearly that he has no memory of who he is. If you claim he's lying, then show the court proof. Grr, how am I supposed to prove what's going on in that old codger's head? That's impossible. I'm glad you come to your senses, Mr. Wright. Very well, witness, please continue. Or I mean, I need one of those motive things, right? And okay, wait. I need to skip all this. Oh wait. Oh, whoops. Okay. Okay, can I go back? Okay, yeah, okay, okay. Whoops. Oh, well, okay, I'm going. Sorry, I'm not really reading. Okay, sorry. Okay. Okay, I got it. How can you say you had no motive? I say you do. You had a grudge against Edgeworth and the victim, Robert Hammond. That's why you took revenge on them, right? Please don't make me repeat myself, Mr. Wright. This witness has no memory or anything beyond several years ago. He can't hold a grudge. It's impossible. I have to prove he's lying about his memory. Otherwise, it's going to be the same thing over and over until the trial ends. Might I say something, Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. You've been saying the same thing now over and over. You've been calling the witness's memory of the past or lack thereof into question. But does this really have anything to do with the current case? Of course, Your Honor. The witness has said he has nothing to do with this case and no motive. Both of these statements are lies. Order. Mr. Wright, there is a serious problem with your claim, or are you saying you know who this witness is? Of course, Your Honor. Ho. Now this is interesting. I would like to know myself. Who is he? Don't play dumbfound, Karma. Mr. Wright, please tell us this witness's name. Yanni Yogi. His name is Yanni Yogi, a former court bailiff. Yogi, that name seems familiar. Oh, Yanni Yogi, from the Deal 6 incident. It figures the judge would have heard of it. It was such a famous case, but what does this mean? Your Honor, if this man is Mr. Yogi, then he has a clear motive. Tisk. Jumping to conclusions again, Mr. Wright. This witness is Yanni Yogi. Fascinating. However, how do you propose to prove this to the court? This is a court of law, as you may recall. You need proof. And allow me to repeat once more that the witness has lost his memory. This is it. I have to do this now. If I can't prove he's Yogi right here, right now, then I've got nowhere else to go. Nick, how are you going to prove it? How can you prove that he's Yanni Yogi? It's okay, it's actually quite simple. Your Honor, please take this man's fingerprints. Then we'll compare them to the fingerprints on file for Yanni Yogi 15 years ago. I see that makes sense. Tisk. Huh? I'm so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright. Why? The witness has no fingerprints. What? No fingerprints? Oh, you see, before I worked as a caretaker, I worked at a chemical plant. I burned my fingers working with this stuff. Yep. Well, what? Yogi, you sneak. You burned your fingerprints off to hide your past. Well, if this witness has no fingerprints, I guess we will not be able to prove his identity. No! Tisk. Well, what will you do, Mr. Wright? It seems like the case has been decided, no? No. I know what happened. I know everything. I just can't prove it. But no, I can't let it end like this. I can't lose. There has to be another way. There is no one who can testify as who was this witness. No one. Nick, what are you gonna do? I didn't even consider that he might have erased his fingerprints. What do I do? Tisk. Well, Mr. Wright, would you like to cross-examine his parrot for a little comic relief? Yeah, very funny. You're a sore winner, Ms. Von Karma. Wait a second. Cross-examine his parrot. What is it, Nick? No, you're not going to. Your Honor. The defense would like to take Mr. Von Karma up on his proposal. Take Mr. Von Karma up on my proposal? Exactly, Your Honor. I'd like to cross-examine the witness's parrot. Order. Well, what do you think, Mr. Von Karma? Do you even ask? This is a farce. I object. Wait a second. You were the one who suggested I cross-examine the parrot, Von Karma. I have a right to do as you suggested. Well, if you're so desperate, then please be my guest. Of course, should you go through with this. If nothing comes out of it, Then I hope you're ready for the consequences. Nick, this is crazy. Well, still want to go through with your little game? Yes, I'm doing it. Okay, let the parrot take the stand. I will cross-examine her, Your Honor. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Von Kara's rigged every person's testimony, every piece of evidence, except the parrot. She's my last chance. At least, I think so. Bailiff, bring me the parrot. That's quite a bird. Please tell us your name. Name? The witness is ignoring me. It must hurt to be ignored by a bird. I have. Very well, witness. Who is your owner? Please testify for us. Witness's testimony. Who is your owner? Hello, hello. Squawk. Certainly the most concise testimony we have so far. Very well, begin your cross-examination. Right. What are you going to do, Nick? I don't know. What do you do? What do we do, Maya? Okay, Witness, you can't just say hello and expect us to get anywhere. I want you to testify. Maya, you talk to her. Right. What do I say? What's your name? Maybe I should get her to say her name. Polly, what's your name? Polly, squawk. Mr. Wright, I think we've established that this parrot's name is Polly. Does this have anything to do with her owner's identity? Of course. Yes, it does. Ha, fascinating. You claim that the parrot's name will prove her owner's identity, then show us this proof. Nick, don't you think you're taking the bluffing a little too far? Listen, we're not here to answer the question of who is the caretaker. We're here to prove that he is Yanni Yogi. All we have to do is tie the name Polly to Yogi, Your Honor. The proof that the parrot's name reveals the caretaker's identity is... Okay. The Deal 6 case file? That's quite a large file you have there. Which page is this proof on then? Show us or stop wasting our time. Very well, Mr. Wright. Please show us the page. Where in this file is the information connected to the parrot's name? Suspect data. It's on the suspect data page. This page has all the information about Yanni Yogi. Right after he was arrested, his fiancée committed suicide. See? Indeed, it does say that, yes. What was his fiancée's name? Polly Jenkins. Polly. Exactly, Your Honor. He wanted to remember the name of his fiancée who had committed suicide. That's why he named his parrot after her. I see. I guess that is possible. Bah, a mere coincidence, that's all. My granddaughter has a dog she calls Phoenix. Well, Mr. Phoenix Wright, does this make you my granddaughter's fiancé? She's only 7 years old. Indeed. Alone, it is a little weak for evidence in a murder trial. We would need some other corroborating evidence. Where am I going to find that? Nick, we're getting closer. One more if you can just get one more piece of evidence. Right. But what? Very well, witness. You may continue. Well, I guess we should try to get some information out of her. We need to show the judge that her owner is Mr. Yogi. Hello, Squawk. Well, I guess we should try to get some information out of her. We need to show the judge that her owner is... Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Okay, press. Witness, you can't just say hello and expect us to get anywhere. I want you to testify. Now you talk to her. Alright, what do I say? What's the safe number? Maybe I'll get her to say the number of the safe, huh? The safe? Why? Let's just try to get her to say anything, okay? Polly, what's the number to the safe in the shack? 1228, 1228. Alright, what a reckless parrot. Well, Mr. Wright, you aren't claiming that this number has something to do with the caretaker? Actually it does. Actually, it does. That's why I had her say it. Ha. Ridiculous. How can the number to a safe tell us who the caretaker is? Show us your proof. What could possibly link this number to the caretaker's true identity? Deal 6 case file. A Deal 6 case file? What is this obsession you have with that case? Mr. Wright, where in this file is something relating to that safe number? Case summary. It's on the case summary page. The case summary? Specifically the date on which the Deal 6 incident occurred. The date of the incident, December 28. Why that's today's date, 15 years ago. The number on that safe is 1228. Ah, use the date of the Deal 6 incident as the number for his safe, Your Honor. That's so important that date was to him. I see. It certainly is an interesting coincidence. People often do set their secret numbers to dates. But this is not tangible proof. I set my ATM card's number to 0001 because I'm number 1. This has nothing to do with a date, nothing. That's enough. I think we reach a conclusion here. This is a mere coincidence, that's all. True, that is a possibility. However, two coincidences at the same time seems more like a pattern to me. What are you saying? Summon the caretaker of the boat shop. Immediately. Witness, tell us your name. Wait, this witness he doesn't remember. No, it's okay. I've accomplished what I wanted to do. I'm done. Nick, he looks totally different. This is the real Yogi, I think. Finally, he's been acting feeble to hide his true identity. Acting for 15 years. Well, let me ask you again. Please state your name for the court. My name is Yanni Yogi. 15 years ago, I served as a bailiff in this very court. Order, Yanni Yogi. So was it you who killed Robert Hammond and tried to frame Miles Edgeworth for his death? Yes, it was me. I did it. They put me on the witness stand 15 years ago. Robert Hammond, he said I was mentally unsound. He told me it would make me innocent, get me off the hook. So I pretended to have a brain damage. I was innocent really, but he didn't believe me. We won the trial, but I lost everything. I lost my job, my fiance, my social standing. Then this year, 15 years later, a package arrived. It was a letter and a pistol. The plan was written out in careful detail. It was a plan for me to get my revenge on the people who ruined my life. I didn't care who had sent it. I thought this was my chance after 15 years. This was it. Finally a chance to have my revenge on Robert Hammond and Miles Edgeworth. I have no regrets. Wait, what? Wait, a moment? Revenge against Miles Edgeworth? What do you mean? I'm not at liberty to speak on that matter. Why don't you ask Mr. Edgeworth yourself? Anyway, I admit it. I was the one who killed Robert Hammond. On camera, where is Mr. Yogi? Under arrest, Your Honor. I saw no room for error in his confession. Then the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, is innocent. In this case, at least. Very well. Will the defendant please take the stand? There are a few mysteries left unsolved. Still, you are cleared of the suspicion for this particular case. So I would like you to pass judgment on the murder of Mr. Robert Hammond. Any objections? I don't believe it. Why isn't Von Karma saying anything? Very well. This court finds the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, not guilty. Yay. That is all. This court is adjourned.
Objection!
Did someone just say objection? It wasn't Von Karma. Wait, but that means no. Edgeworth? Your Honor, I object to your judgment. What do you mean? I'm not innocent at all. We have heard Yanni Yogi killed Robert Hammond in revenge, but revenge for what? Nick! Edgeworth is trying to confess. He's going to say he's guilty. He's going to tell them he was the murderer in the Deal 6 incident. He's going to tell them he killed his own dad. What do I do? Leave it to Edgeworth. No, I'm sure Edgeworth's thought about this one long and hard. This isn't my place to interfere. Nick, are you sure there's nothing we can do about it? This is his problem now. For 15 years, I have had a recurring dream, a nightmare. It's only a nightmare, that's what I told myself, but now I know it wasn't a dream. Yanni Yogi wasn't the killer, you mean in the incident where your father died? From the distance of the shot, it wasn't suicide either. Everything was clear as day. Everything was clear as day. The murderer, the criminal in the Deal 6 incident, it was me. Your Honor, I confess my guilt. I am guilty for Deal 6, the statute of limitations of which ends today. The culprit is me. Order, order. This is certainly unexpected. The defendant declared innocent and confessing to a different crime. The crime for which the statute of limitations runs out today. I'm not really sure how I should deal with this. Bah, it's obvious. We hold a trial right here, right now. We tried this man for his crime of 15 years ago. I think I would like to take a 5-minute recess. During this time, I will consider the appropriate course of action to take. Court is adjourned. December 2:24 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. I'm sorry, right? I've just wasted all of your effort. Mr. Edgeworth, I just don't believe it, sir. I mean, you killed your dad? I didn't want to believe it myself, Detective, but it's the truth. I deserve to be punished. Murder is murder, no matter what the circumstances. This is crazy, just crazy. Nick, what are you doing, huh? Oh, I was just reading through the court record once more. I'm getting my case ready. Your case for what? Huh? Isn't it obvious? I'm going to prove that Miles Edgeworth is innocent. Well, what are you talking about, Hal? Oh, oops. He confessed that he did it in court. I'm sorry, Edgeworth, but I don't believe your nightmare. What? It's just a dream. It's not real. The truth is right here in this court record. In any case, tighten your belts. The real fight is just beginning. I'll prove you're innocent. Trust me. Right. December 2:30 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 3. Now then, I would like to resume our trial. Judge, Miles Edgeworth has admitted his own guilt. He has confessed his crime. Let us begin by hearing his testimony. Then, though pointless, let the defense do their cross-examining. The statute of limitations on the Deal 6 incident runs out today. Though it's unconventional for me, I'd like to run this one by the book. I see. Does the defense have any objections? No, Your Honor. On karma, you knew this was going to happen from the very beginning, didn't you? Very well. Will Miles Edgeworth take the stand? Will this witness state his name and profession? Miles Edgeworth, I am a prosecuting attorney. Mr. Edgeworth, 15 years ago you mistakenly killed your father, Gregory Edgeworth. Is this correct? It is correct. And testify about this matter to the court. When Edgeworth was telling me about his dream yesterday, I noticed something. One detail didn't quite fit. That will be the key, but only if I can get it to work. Please. Please. The Deal 6 incident. Okay. That day I had gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. As we went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. My father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. Just then something heavy fell at my feet. I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting. A moment later there was a single gunshot, then a scream. It was a terrible scream. I remember it to this day. That's all. And until now you thought this memory was a dream? We were stuck in that elevator for 5 hours. The oxygen in the elevator ran out and I lost my memory of the events. But the same claim Mr. Yogi has made. Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination please. Yes, Your Honor. Okay. I'm gonna skip forward to a moment later. Again, I'm going to present the Deal 6 case file. Objection! Are you sure you only heard one gunshot? Yes, I'm sure of that. I heard that shot and the scream, then everything faded. I was unconscious until the rescuers came. I see. No, Your Honor. Unfortunately, you don't. Look at this file one more time. This plainly contradicts the witness's testimony. You do enjoy dragging out that file, don't you? I don't accept this evidence unless you can tell us what page it's on. Which page contradicts Miles Edgeworth's testimony? Victim data. Look at the victim data in this file. It says it quite plainly. The murder weapon was fired twice. Miles Edgeworth only heard one gunshot, yet the murder weapon was fired twice. The first shot was the accidental firing when the pistol was thrown. So who fired the remaining shot? Was there perhaps another shooter who fired their second shot? Your Honor, I'm sure you're aware this incident occurred 15 years ago. The evidence is dated. The pistol did fire twice, however we do not know when the second shot was fired. It might have been fired the day before the incident. There is no proof that the second shot had anything to do with this incident. What? I see. You do have a point, Mr. Wright. The murder weapon was fired twice, but as we have heard, one of those shots was fired by the defendant, a boy at the time. Do you have any proof that the other shot fired had something to do with the case? Yes. Your Honor, I think I will be able to show you proof. What? Impossible. Now, Mr. Von Karma. Save your surprise for after you've seen the evidence. Very well, Mr. Wright. Show us your proof. Do you have evidence that the second firing of the pistol is related to the incident? Okay. Deal 6 incident photo. Oh, here it is. Look at this photograph. This is a photograph of the scene of the crime, 15 years ago. I can see that the victim lying there is Gregory Edgeworth. This proves the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. This photo proves it. So let me get this straight. This photo proves 2 shots were fired. Where? Your Honor, please get a clue. Show the judge the contradiction in the photo. Okay. Oh wait, you need to pull this up. Well, I think it's here. Mr. Wright, yes. Your eyes have a habit of shifting back and forth when you're uncertain. Try taking a real deep breath and think this over once more, right, Your Honor. What the heck? Pretty sure I put it in the right place. It should be obvious the contradiction is here. I see. A bullet hole in the door. Your Honor, Gregory Edgeworth was killed by a shot from the pistol. Yet, there's also a bullet hole in the elevator door. We also know that the murder weapon was fired twice. Thus, someone other than Edgeworth fired that second shot. Order. Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? It's simple, Your Honor. At the time of the incident, 2 shots were fired. One went into Gregory Edgeworth's heart, the other hit the elevator door. Remember that the defendant lost consciousness after the shot he fired rang out. In conclusion, we must agree that the second shot was fired by someone else. Mr. Wright, but who could that someone else be? The murderer, of course. I knew I should have stepped in before your wild fantasies got out of hand. Mr. Wright, look once more at the Deal 6 incident case file. Look closely. Try the case summary page. The case summary, that's on page 1. Look what it's written there. But a single clue was found on the scene. If the pistol had indeed been fired 2 times, then the other bullet would have been discovered on the scene. He does have a point. That second bullet has never been found. Why? Because the second bullet does not exist. The bullet that claimed Gregory Edgeworth's life was the one fired by his own son. That is the truth of this matter, the whole truth. It was undoubtedly something else that made the bullet hole in the door. Order! I will have order. Mr. Wright has proven one thing to us quite clearly. That the murder weapon fired twice at the time of the incident. However, as Mr. Bakama says, the second bullet fired was not found. It is highly unlikely that the police merely overlooked the second bullet. So all we have is a single bullet fired. I'm afraid I have to discount the defense's claim. Tisk, tisk, tisk. I praise the judge for his wisdom in this matter. God, how did this happen? I don't believe that the second bullet didn't exist. Was I wrong? Have I been wrong about this whole incident? What are you doing, Nick? Why aren't you raising an objection? I'm sorry, Maya. What? It looks like I was wrong. Nick! If the second bullet wasn't there, then all my conjectures are for nothing. No! But you said you'd do it, Nick. You said you'd get Edward declared innocent. I'm sorry. It's just when I saw the photograph, I thought that 2 shots had been fired. I was so certain of it. I thought I'd won. I thought there was another person, someone else who fired the killing shot. But now, I was wrong to think it could be that simple. This case has stood unsolved for 15 years. Nick. Well, it seems that we have finally cleared up this incident. Only 1 bullet was found at the scene of the crime. That shot was fired by Miles Edgeworth. Precisely. I would like to ask one thing of Miles Edgeworth before passing by my verdict. Have you been paying attention to the trial so far? Yes, Your Honor. Do you have any objections? No. No, I do not. So you killed your father, though that was not your intention. Yes, I did. Oh no. He's accepted the guilt. Very well. The statute of limitations on the murder of Gregory Edgeworth runs out today. Therefore, I must pronounce a verdict on the defendant today right here. Right now, indeed. Does anyone have any objections? I've been here before. It's just like my first day in court. There are so many things I know I should be saying, but my mind's gone blank. I can't find the words. Mr. Wright, I have an objection.
Objection!
Okay, Your Honor, I object. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Mr. Wright, on what grounds do you object, Oof. Nick, I don't know. His case is perfect. Oh no. Gra. It must exist. The second bullet. Well, what? What did you just say? Nothing. The second bullet must exist? But where? Someone took it. It seems writing is not going to produce us any answers from Mr. Wright. Wait, Your Honor. The second bullet, it existed. What? We've just heard proof that it did not exist. I realize that, Your Honor, I'm really grasping here. It is just someone took it from the scene of the crime. That's what happened. The who? The murderer. The murderer? Then tell us, who is this murderer? I'm still thinking about that one. So the criminal took the second bullet, but why, huh? First of all, how would they have found it? It's not easy to find a stray bullet, Mr. Wright. Was there some pressing need for the murderer to search for that bullet? The murderer didn't need it. Why would the murderer have spent the time looking for the stray bullet? I haven't got a clue. What's wrong, Mr. Wright? The murderer had no reason to take the bullet. You don't want to admit it, but it's true. Had to take it. The murderer, what does that mean? You're thinking too normal. Think crazy. Don't think why the bullet was taken. Think why the bullet had to be taken. Mr. Wright, yes, Your Honor, I have no idea what I'm doing. Well, the murderer had no intention of taking the bullet from the scene. The murderer had to take that bullet. Had to, Mr. Wright? What do you mean? Well, for instance what? Maybe the bullet, hit the murderer? The bullet hit the murderer. Just saying, for instance, I mean, if it hit you, you would have to take it with you, wouldn't it? It's not like you could perform surgery right there, you know? Wait a second, I was just talking off the top of my head, but what if that's really what happened? Let me get this straight. So at the time of the murderer themselves was shot and they left the second bullet still inside of them, thus leaving only 1 bullet at the scene of the crime? Oh yes, I guess that's how it would work, yes. But there's a problem with that. The other 2 people rescued from the elevator, Miles Edgeworth and Yanni Yogi, are both unharmed. So that would mean the murderer came from outside, yes. The two men fight inside the elevator. Trying to stop them, the boy picks up the pistol at his feet and throws it. The pistol discharges and the bullet goes through the elevator door and hits the murderer outside. The boy loses consciousness. Then the murderer opens the elevator door and sees the men inside. Mr. Wright, you are truly the most unpredictable defense attorney I've ever known. I can tell you're grasping, yet I cannot deny the possibility of what you say. What are you saying? Deny it. No one involved with the incident was wounded. There was no murder. No one was wounded at the time of the incident. He's right. I can't think of anyone. Hey Nick, huh? I just thought of something really crazy. Crazy? Remember what Mr. Grossberg said yesterday? Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow to his perfect little trial record. Wow. It must have been quite a shock for Von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that, you see. Yes, an unusual event for the man. That was the first and the last vacation he's taken in many years of prosecuting. What if Von Karma didn't take that vacation because of shock? He took it because he was injured, which would mean it could only mean one thing. He was the murderer in the Deal 6 incident. He was the man who shot Gregory Edgeworth. It was Von Karma. Oh man, something wrong, Mr. Wright? You seem dazed. No, Your Honor. Well, you have indicated the possibility that the murderer came from outside. Can you give us the name of your suspect? Uh-oh, should I come out and say it now? Say it now. Your Honor, there's a suspect, one known suspect. Well, this is certainly interesting news. Very well, Mr. Wright. Who is your suspect? Eric, my hands are shaking. What? Von Karma. Von Karma. You mean the Von Karma, the prosecutor, the one standing right over there? But you don't object? I see no need. Why honor this ridiculous outburst with my objection? Because you took a vacation for several months starting the day after the incident, and you pride yourself on a perfect record. Why would you take such a long vacation without any reason? So you're claiming that I took a vacation to heal my injury from the incident. Fascinating. Prove it. I would have needed surgery, no? Where do you go under the knife at, Mr. Wright? Bring the doctor that operated on me. Have him testify. Or, Nick, let's find out who his doctor is. It's no use. Edgeworth. I know Von Karma perhaps too well. He's perfect. He wouldn't leave clues. He probably didn't undergo surgery. That would leave a doctor as a witness. Grr, nobody's that perfect. So what, Nick? Did Von Karma pull the bullet out by himself? That's insane. No, he couldn't have. You can't just pull bullets out of yourself. Wait, what does that mean? That bullet has to be somewhere, but where? Tisk, tisk, tisk. Well, Mr. Wright, can you produce evidence to prove that I was shot? Show evidence. Alright, Von Karma, I'll prove it. And I'll even use evidence. I know you like it so much. What? The evidence that proves Von Karma was shot is... metal detector. Von Karma is perfect. He went with surgery, leaving an evidence trail, so then I ask, where is that bullet now? I think it's unlikely that Von Karma performed surgery on himself. You don't mean... I do. There is possibility that the bullet is still inside Von Karma. Is that even possible for all these years? Well, there's one way to find out. You can use this metal detector. Well, Von Karma, I'm going to run this over you and see what we find. I refuse. You refuse, but refusing this means you acknowledge that the bullet is still inside you? Order, order, order. Your Honor, the defense requests that would be allowed to use the metal detector. Judge, I call for a suspension of this child. This is an invasion of privacy. The statute of limitations runs out in this case today. This is like watching a TV show. Yeah, the parrot's a stitch. Yep. Hi, Ken. Keep clicking on the right place until you get this. Oh, yeah, I got the bullet hole. Oh, no, Andrew Razun's possessed. Oh, wait, why am I possessed? Do I look okay? It was you who said we had to end it right here, right now. Enough. I permit the use of the metal detector. Mr. Von Karma, you will submit yourself to testing. Nick, what does this mean? I don't know, but we have to give it a shot. It reacted. Something's inside his right shoulder. The bullet. Mr. Von Karma, you. It was you. I was afraid this would happen, and so I remained silent. Indeed, there is a bullet in my shoulder. However, it has nothing to do with the incident. What? I was shot in the shoulder long before the DL6 incident. I claim that the bullet in my shoulder has no relation to DL6. But Mr. Von Karma, can you prove that? Prove? I have no obligation to prove anything. It is Mr. Wright who must prove something here, not I. Mr. Wright, well, can you prove it? Can you prove that the bullet is Von Karma's shoulder? Can you prove that the bullet in Von Karma's shoulder was from DL6? Of course he can't. You don't have any of the DL6 evidence. That's because you took it out of the records from yesterday. With no proof, you cannot convict me of any crime. So sorry, Mr. Wright. No, I'm the one who's sorry, Mr. Von Karma. What? You were close one day away from freedom, but you see I have proof. Well, what? Who would you have thought you would dig your own grave trying to convict Edgeworth? I can link that bullet in your shoulder to the DL6 incident. And here's my final proof. Whoops. Wait, okay. The DL6 bullet. That's a bullet? Where did you get that? This is the bullet used in the DL6 incident. This was taken from the heart of the victim, Mr. Gregory Edgeworth. The bullet is preserved quite nicely with the ballistic markings intact. Ballistic markings. You may recall the term. It came up in the first trial 2 days ago. Ballistic markings are the fingerprints of a weapon. All bullets fired from a gun are marked with that weapon's unique pattern. By examining the markings, you can tell which weapon fired the bullet. It's quite accurate. We have 2 bullets in our possession. One, the bullet removed from Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other, Mr. Von Karma, is the bullet buried in your shoulder. We can analyze both bullets. When if the markings matched, we would know that both bullets had been fired from the same gun. The very same pistol, in other words, the murder weapon that killed Gregory Edgeworth. Mr. Von Karma, you will let us remove the bullet from your shoulder. Then we'll compare the ballistic markings to those on the bullet. And solve this case once and for all. Well, Mr. Von Karma... Okay, he's making all kinds of noises. That scream. I've heard that scream before. Wait, I know. Help! I can't breathe. Quiet! I said quiet. You're not making this any easier. Stop breathing my air. I'll stop you. Stop breathing my air. Get away. Get away from my father. Bang. Wow. It's that scream I heard in the elevator 15 years ago. Von Karma, it was you who screamed. Mr. Von Karma. Oh shoot. Only you would dare defy me. So it was you. You and your father are my curse. Your father shamed me with a penalty on my record. And you left a scar on my shoulder that would never fade. I'll bury you, I'll bury you. Oh, whoops. Oh, 15 years earlier. Chief Prosecutor, I'm sorry. Von Karma, it's not like you made this kind of error. I never would have thought that Edgeworth would be the one to catch you. I was careless. I'm sorry, but you will have to be penalized. I covered for you in the past, but not this time. Edgeworth. It was a shock like none I have ever known. Me penalized, it took hours for me to regain my composure. Suddenly I found myself in the darkness. I was in the court records room. I must have wandered in there without thinking where I was going. The room was pitch black, the lights must have gone out. I went out into the hall and felt my way to the elevator. I pressed the button, but nothing happened. Then there was a noise. I was in pain, a horrible burning pain in my shoulder. Just then the lights came back on. The elevator door opened before my eyes. I saw 3 people inside, all lying unconscious from the oxygen deprivation. Much to my surprise, a pistol lay out at my feet. I knew then it was my destiny. In his last moments, Gregory Edgeworth was still unconscious. He died never knowing who had shot him. Later he spoke through a medium blaming Mr. Yogi. He was fooled. It was the perfect crime. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Who would have thought another man would have come to open the elevator door? Judge. What? What are you doing? Do your job. Bring an end to this miserable charade. Now, end it. Very well. It appears that we have come a very long way to the end of this maze. 15 years later, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, yes, Your Honor, you were innocent. You are innocent. And you said it was all a nightmare. Yes, Your Honor. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, not guilty. Yay! No bullet. You look fine, although your avatar was faking out for a bit. Oh, I see. I don't know why that happened. And the bullet. Wow, woo, what a dude. Yep. Thank you, Pachi Pachi. Okay, the court is adjourned. December 28th, 5:38 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. Nick, we did it. Did you see his face? Von Karma looked even paler than usual. He's pretending to be all cool. So you crushed him, Nick. Crushed. I gotta say, I'm impressed. Heck. It was pretty close, though. I was sure we'd had it. I know, I was on the verge of tears the whole time myself. But now it's all just a good memory. So it's finally over, Edgeworth. Right. Yeah. I'm not sure how to say this. I know. Try thank you. I see. Thank you. Right? You're welcome. I think you could have done better than that. Sorry. I'm not good at this sort of thing. You've got a lot to learn, Edgeworth. She's got you there. Woo! Amazing, pal. You pulled through just like I thought you would. I'll never forget this. I owe you one, pal. Then tonight, let's party. Dinner's on me. Yeah, my salary went down a bit this month. But who cares? See, Mr. Edgeworth, you should take a lesson from Detective Gumshoe. That's how you say thank you. I see. Ahem. Whoop. I feel foolish. Don't worry. Take it a little at a time. You'll get used to it. It's been 15 years since I've seen Edgeworth this unguarded. Hey, y'all. Lotta. Y'all were great in there. Thank you. You, Edgeworth. Congrats. Thank you all very much. I knew you were innocent from the start of the course. Just look at you. You wouldn't stick your hand in the cookie jar even if no one was there. You were the witness on the first day of the trial, weren't you? Yeah, well, let bygones be bygones. Speaking of which, what are you doing now, Lotta? Who, me? Oh, I went back to college. Gave up trying to be an investigative photographer really quick. Really? That's too bad, huh? Isn't that the hot dog guy from the park, huh? It's over, Nick. My life is over. Why the sad face, Larry? What happened now? Oh, Nick, I'm not long for this world. You don't look sick. It's Keon. She's going to live in Paris. Paris, Nick. She's leaving me behind. Should have seen that coming. Yo, Edgy, there you are. Yes, here I am. Congrats, Edgy. Here, a little gift from me in celebration. Celebration? That's unusual for you. Harry Butts, you came along tonight too. My treat, pal. Oh, okay. You come along, huh? Thanks. Looking forward to it. Yo, Nick. That's the suit that questioned me. When he says treat, that's not police talk for prison food, right? Right. I think it'll be fine, Larry. Right. Yeah. What's up? That envelope that Larry gave me, it's got money in it. Well, yeah, that's not that strange. People give money away to celebrate sometimes. It's $38, right? Huh? What a weird amount. I mean, it's not a little bit, it's not a lot either. $38 exactly? No, Nick, wasn't that exactly the amount of lunch money that was stolen from Mr. Edgeworth in school? $38? No. No, Larry, it was you. What are you so surprised about, right? Huh? Harry was absent that day from school, right? That doesn't automatically rule him out as a suspect. What? Think back to the day 15 years ago. Larry took the day off, but he was bored, so he came into school anyway. And he saw the money lying there, and the rest is history. I never was good at history, huh? Edgeworth, you didn't know, did you? I suspected. I just couldn't picture Larry protecting you like he did that day. Everyone else was saying you did it. You did it. The whole class was against you, remember? Yeah, too well. Right, you may not know this, but we used to have a saying back in school. When something smells, it's usually the butts. I know, really right. I'm surprised you didn't figure it out. Well, this sure is an unexpected turn of events, eh? Edgeworth. You should have told me. Now, Nick, it was 15 years ago. Don't you think the statute of limitations has run out, Mr. Edgeworth? I'd say so, yes. There you have it. Grr, where does that leave me? I became a defense attorney because of what you did. Well, you have always been something of an insufferable emotionalist. Yeah, and you get worked up too easily too. The death sentence for both of you. Man, if only I had known I'd become a prosecutor. The same goes for me, only the other way around. For the longest time, I thought I might have killed my own father. I thought I might be a criminal. I became a prosecutor in part to punish myself. If I had known the truth, I might have become a defense attorney after all. Edgeworth, want to switch, right? Hey y'all, line up, I'll take a photo. Hey, photo time, let's go. After that, dinner on me. Detective Gumshoe took us out on the town that night. We celebrated Edgeworth's newfound freedom, even though Edgeworth himself is still in detention. December 29th, 5:02 a.m. Bright and Co. Law Offices. Whoa, I went a little overboard yesterday. My head hurts. Huh? It's only 5 o'clock. Maybe I should go back to sleep. What's this? A letter? Good morning, Nick. You were really impressive yesterday. Seeing you, it made me think about what I'm doing here. I'm a spirit medium. In training, of course. I wanted to help Mr. Edgeworth too. I wanted to help you, but I couldn't. I was useless, so I decided to go back to my training. I'll become a full-fledged spirit medium for starters. I couldn't say it to your face, so I left this letter. Goodbye, Nick. Goodbye? What time is it? God, the first trains for the mountains have already left. To the station. I guess I'm too late. Hey, Nick, Maya. So, you're leaving? Yeah, it's hard being a spirit medium who can't talk to spirits, and I think you'll do fine without me, Nick. Be good, okay? Oh, that's so sad. Oh, what the heck? Wait, what? I never could have saved Edgeworth without your help. Huh? On the last day of the trial, I heard her. I heard Mia's voice. You heard my sister? Yes, only her voice, but still. It was at the very end when I thought we'd lost everything. Well, that's my sister for you. Detective Gumshoe helped, and Mr. Grossberg, and even Larry. I'm the one who couldn't help. I was useless, Nick, but you were the one who stopped on Karma, Maya, huh? I didn't do anything. All I did was wander around in a daze. Sorry, but have evidence that you helped. Evidence. Show Maya some evidence to cheer up. Oh. I have no idea what to show. Is it the bullet again? A bullet? Von Karma was convinced he had taken all of the evidence pertaining to DL6, but you were the one who rescued the last piece of evidence we needed. This is the bullet that put an end to Von Karma, and you were the one who gave it to me. Nick, thanks, Maya. I couldn't have done it without you. I'll be back soon, huh? I'm going to complete my training and come back. Okay, I'll be waiting. Of course you will. You can't rent the office by yourself. You're hopeless. I don't know about that. So, this is it. See you soon, Maya. Oh, she's leaving. Thanks, Nick. And so my story ends. Time to turn a new page. And say goodbye to the novice defense attorney that I once was. Now a new story begins. With the same old crazy case of characters. Ah, don't think you graduated yet, amateur. Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to rethink that claim? Yes, Your Honor. Uh-oh, I got a bad feeling about this.
Objection!
Oh, wait, is this the end? Concept, script, direction. Hey pal, Mr. Edgeworth came down to the precinct to wish me a happy new year. Talk about pleasant surprise. Whoop! Detective Gumshoe. Then he hung his head low and went right back outside. Kind of like he was embarrassed or something. Strange, huh? Nick? Nah, I haven't seen him lately. Who, me? I have been working at a cheese shop. That Missy's a nice lady, but it's not exact. Okay. Oh, she's in Hawaii right now, yeah. Okay, is this... Can I skip all this? Who, right? Yeah, I remember him. He's been busy lately, you know, not to ring my own bell, but I taught him everything I knew. I'm sure he's grateful. I think this is the credits. Don't let her leave you, Goose. Oh, is there more games? I think so. I think this is just the ending. Oh, whoops. The defense attorney who... Okay, you should know I have taken over management of the Gatewater Hotel recently. Yeah, there should be an episode 5. Yeah, there's like an episode 5. It's just, this is taking too long. Okay, so, I don't know if I should read all this. Okay. Yeah, I don't really want to read all this, so I'm just gonna skip through it. I don't know. It's going through like all the characters. Oh wait, I think I can just... Oh, I think it's right click. Yeah, I really want to skip through all of this stuff. Like, maybe this is an epilogue? But there's an episode 5, so I don't know. Yeah, there's nothing here about skipping these scenes. Yeah, there wasn't anything about letting her leave. I mean, letting her not leave. I guess this is all extra? I don't know. Okay, look. Okay, yeah, there's the picture. There's your sister. Okay, a brand new episode has been added. No. Oh, it's raining. Okay, yeah, this is like the last episode, I guess. Oh, I thought this was shorter, but maybe it's like the same length as the other episodes. It's been 2 months since Mai left the office. 2 months without a single trial. I've had offers, but none I took. That's it. That is until the day that girl showed up. February 22nd, 10:02 a.m. Right in Co-Law offices. Why do I come here to the office every day? It's not like I want to work. There you are, finally. Where have you been? My sister's trial is tomorrow. Who are you? It doesn't matter who I am. It only matters who you are. The famous defense attorney Mia Fey. Oh, you're not Mia Fey, are you? I'm sorry, but Miss Mia Fey no longer works here, so you are the coffee boy? I'm Phoenix Wright, a defense attorney. Right. Wait, you're the Phoenix Wright. The Phoenix Wright from the Edgeworth murder case. Yes, that's correct. It wasn't Edgeworth who was murdered, though. That's a relief that you're better than nobody. I'm sorry, I'm afraid I'm not taking any cases right now, but you are Phoenix Wright, right? The undefeated defense attorney? Look, I'm not accepting any new cases. I'm sorry, but you have to try elsewhere. Please, I'm out of time, but please, you have to help. It's my sister. Maya? Could it be? Okay, I'll hear you out. Really? Thank you so much. My name is Emma Sky. I'm a scientific investigator. Scientific investigator? Is this like a bundle with all the games or something? Nice, let's go. Yeah, it's a bundle. Oh, impatient zoomer. Yeah, there's like a lot to read. Yeah. So this is like the last one. Yeah. Scientific investigator. Talk to Emma. Okay, Emma. Emma, was it? So you're a scientific investigator? Yes, that's right. Is something wrong? No, it's just you seem kind of jumpy, or maybe just young. Young. I'll be 16 years old this year. Oh, I see. Wait, only 16? I'm set to be formally assigned to forensics in 3 more years. My work here is becoming quite well known at my age, no less. So what exactly is your current position then? Well, legally speaking, I guess you'd call me an 11th grader. But I'm ready to do my job at my age, no less. Great, another future professional in training. The case. So what's this about a case? You said the trial's tomorrow? My sister didn't do it. She wouldn't stab someone with a knife. She wouldn't. So it's a murder case. I don't care if there's a witness who saw her do it. She didn't do it. I know she didn't do it. It's a scientific fact. I didn't read the last part. And there's a witness. Just talk to her. You have to talk to her. Right. I suppose I will. I promised her I'd bring Mia Fey, but that's interesting. How would she know Mia? Scientific investigator. So you want to be a scientific investigator when you grow up then? Excuse me. I'm not a child, I'll have you know. Still, it's good to have a goal, albeit a very unusual one. I believe investigation should be done scientifically, don't you? Yeah, sure can't fault her for a lack of enthusiasm. If this case is handled scientifically, I'm sure my sister's names will be cleared. Your sister? I've been doing research, you know. I'm developing a new scientific method of case investigation. I'll show you when I'm done. I'm looking forward to it. Guess I should get down to the detention center and talk to her sister. Relation to Mia. My sister asked for Mia specifically. This Mia Fey person was a few years below her in school, so they went to the same school, huh? She always told me to go to Mia if I ever needed a defense attorney. And well, I need one. Incidentally, Mia is a woman. Now that you mention it, I guess it is more of a woman's name than a man's. Well, it's nice of you to help your sister out like this. You must be close. Well, actually, when she gets like this, like she is now, I kind of hate her. Huh? But she's my only family. Your only family. What about your parents? They died in a car accident when I was little. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, move to the detention center. February 22nd, detention center, visitors room. And I wonder what's wrong with Emma. She's got quiet all of a sudden as soon as we arrived. Guard, I thought I told you I didn't want visitors. So sorry, ma'am, it's just your sister. No excuses, or did you not want a raise this year? Understood, ma'am. Well, what is that all about? Hi, Lana. Funny. I seem to remember specifically telling you not to come here. Perhaps my memory is failing? Look, I didn't want to come here either, okay? But your trial's tomorrow and you still don't have a defense attorney. I'll be the one in court tomorrow. This has nothing to do with Emma. Okay. Oh, this has nothing to do with you, Emma. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright? Hey, how do you know me? Mia mentioned you. I've heard quite a bit. I'm sorry. What exactly is that you do? My name is Lana Sky. I'm chief prosecutor for this district. You're a prosecutor? 2 sisters, one a lawyer. Could this be a coincidence? Emma, Lana, I mean, they're just like... Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? Okay, talk. The case. Is there something you should know from... There's something you should know from the start, which is... The suspect in this case has confessed to the crime. Huh? Wait, but the suspect is... Me, I did it. Well, Mr. Wright, well, why don't you begin by telling me exactly what happened? The crime took place yesterday, February 21st at 5:15 p.m. That's quite specific. It was in the witness's deposition. A witness clearly saw me committing the crime. Why, that was a bit of bad luck, wasn't it? The crime took place in the underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. The body was found in the trunk of my subordinate's car. The prosecutor's office, huh? In your subordinate's car trunk? Classy. I was arrested on the spot, caught red-handed as it were. Well, that's just great. The victim. So who was the victim? An investigator with the police department. I suppose the correct term is detective. A detective? Death was due to a loss of blood. He was stabbed once in the stomach. By you? Death was immediate, but the wound was fatal. I see. Allow me to repeat myself, Mr. Wright. The victim was a detective. You know what that means, don't you? Uh-oh, what? Mr. Wright, what does it mean? Well, it means the police department will consider it a matter of pride to have me found guilty. They will use any means at their disposal to do so. This case gets worse and worse with everything I learn. Lana. So you're the chief prosecutor? That is correct. I'm responsible for overseeing every trial handled by prosecutors in this district. I make sure the prosecutors have what they need to do the job and manage every aspect. Those are my responsibilities in a nutshell. That's an awfully large nutshell. Still, I'm a little surprised. I would think you recognize the district's chief prosecutor, Mr. Wright. In fact, it seems impossible you wouldn't. Lana, what happened to your hand? Oh, this? I cut myself accidentally, when I stabbed him, that is. Huh? I'm not very good at being a criminal, I suppose. How am I supposed to defend this? Time to change the subject. Wait, she was in the class ahead of Mia, wasn't she? Relation to Mia. Were you in school with me? You were in school with Mia, correct? A few years above her? Emma told you that too, didn't she? Well, why not? I did drag him all the way here from his office. Although it seems he has very little in common with Mia, hey, it was in law school, I was in my 3rd year, and she was auditing the class. She was different than the other students. Different? She was strong. She'd do anything to become a defense attorney, anything. That was probably why she was attracted to me. Excuse me? Intellectually attracted. Lana was the top of her class in school. I was the best there was. Oh, I'm doing pretty good in school too, by the way. It sounds a bit different when Emma says it. Well, Mr. Wright, excuse me. As you can plainly see, I'm admitting my guilt. I think it's safe to say there's no way you can take this case, none. But Lana, why? Why are you doing this to me? You never think of anyone but yourself. I know you didn't do it, Lana, I know. So how can you say you did? If I lose you, I'll be all alone. I hate you, Lana. Mr. Wright? Yes? I believe our discussion here is ended. The rest, I leave to you. You mean you're requesting my services at your defense? Don't lose any sleep over it. Your client has confessed after all. The case is over. Right, I'll do what I can to get to the bottom of this. Lana has confessed to the crime, yes. But something doesn't fit. It's that look in Emma's eyes. There's something else going on here, and I'm going to find out what. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright, huh? About what? My sister. She's not always like that, you know. I just never expected to be defending another prosecutor again. She changed a lot. She used to be so gentle, always smiling. Everybody liked her. I see. Sorry, but I'm having trouble imagining that. What happened to her? I don't know for certain myself. I think maybe she, well, maybe not. Sounds like there's something there that defies a simple scientific explanation. Let's go check out this underground parking at the prosecutor's office, shall we? Oh, okay. Okay, move to the underground parking lot. Okay, February 22, prosecutor's office, underground parking lot. So this is a lot where it all happened. Looks like they're still investigating. Funny that my first visit to the prosecutor's office should be like this. Hey everyone, keep up the good work. Hey, what are you thinking? Well, they're going to be my coworkers 3 years from now after all. No harm in saying hello. Actually, there is. You know, attorneys aren't supposed to examine criminal scenes. I'm trying not to stand out too much here. See? Hey there. You're expecting to go unnoticed here, partner? Partner. Oh, it's a cowboy. What do we have here? Looks like a bambina got loose from the ranch and is up to no good. Folks, gotta learn to keep them doggies tied down, partner. Mr. Marshall. Oh, he's shaving with his knife. Marshall looks more like a sheriff to me. Looky here, Bambina, I know how you feel, but this is my gang's gold strike. See? Strike. This is our claim, our territory with a mother load of evidence. If you're fixing to mess with what's ours, you'll regret it, partner. You know what dreams the cacti out in this desert. You know what dreams the cacti out in the desert dream. You want to? What's this guy talking about? You head home. You head along home now. Happy trails, Bambina. Was that a hombre, a friend of yours? Kind of, sort of, yeah. He's a detective who thinks he's a sheriff from the Wild West, it seems. Okay, examine the ladder. Aha, ladder. That's a step ladder. What's the difference? In scientific terms, please. Scientific, huh? Look at the basic nature of things, Mr. Wright. This all seems so horribly familiar somehow. Okay, examine the car. Well, no time to waste. Let's get hunting for clues. I wonder what this is. Well, partner, it looks like you got no intention of going home quietly. The sheriff. Like I said before, here's our claim. You'd best be moseying along, unless you're fixing to bite the bullet. God, scary. Could you just tell us one thing? Who owns that car? Well, the little filly's got a good nose on her. You want to know who rides that red Mustang with the body in her saddle, eh? Please. No problem, partner. About time for victuals anyway. Get yourself to the saloon up on the 12th floor of the prospector's office. Might just find you a cerveza you like. Prospector's office? Where does this guy think he is? And when, for that matter? Note to self, look up Biddle's Saloon Cerveza. Maybe we should check out room 1202, the High Prosecutor's office. In any case, stay away from the car. You can look around here all you like, just keep your paws off our claim. Right, great. Great, maybe there are some clues around here, Mr. Wright. Let's check it out. Okay. What's this? A wallet? Excuse me, officer. Wait. What are you doing, Mr. Wright? What am I doing? Just found this wallet, so I'm handling over to the police. I don't believe it. This is real basic. Anything at a crime scene is evidence. Let's be scientific about this, please. Just put it in your pocket. How is that scientific? Sounds like theft to me. Wallet. A foldable wallet found at the crime scene. There seems to be something inside. I'm called to duty already at my tender age. Here, I'll teach you the trick to examining evidence in detail, okay? By the way, her eyes are sparkling. I can tell she's been waiting for this. Okay, now. Look at the court record. You have to be sure to examine evidence carefully on all sides. Now let's start examining from every angle. Okay. Oh look, I think there might be a clue here. You should check it out with the press of enter. This is an ID card. Sergeant Bruce Goodman, ID 5842189. See, well, it's scientific investigation useful, I guess, though I don't see what science has to do with it. Goodman's ID added to the court record. Let's be sure to examine every piece of evidence we find. I guess I've got to be on my toes from now on. Excuse me, were you two all set? Us? What's this? You couldn't be... You're selling lunches here? This is a crime scene. Oh, her hat has that, rice thing. I forgot what it's called, but it's like right there. Hello, half and half, was it? Oh, thanks. And you, sir? Yes? Some crunchy goodness coming at you. Thanks. Interesting way of doing business. This area is off limits to anyone without clearance. Especially passers-by. Or are you officers? No, but you don't exactly look like the type to have clearance. Well, that's hardly a way to greet someone, even if my days are the cough-up queen are over. Cough up, huh? You know, I'm feeling kind of full. Maybe I'll pass on lunch. I'm quite connected to this case, you see. The images are burned into my eyes, you may say. Yes, all the sordid secrets. Secrets? Dear me, you're a slow one, aren't you? I'm referring to the murder, the stabbing of that detective. What? A witness clearly saw me committing the crime. You mean you're the witness my sister was talking about? Please, cough up, Queen. Tell us what happened. Her name is Angel Star. Don't you go forgetting it. Before you know it, I'll have you whimpering at my heels. Yes, ma'am. Yipes, she means it. Okay, ID, have never seen. Okay, talk to Angel. Okay, the case, okay. Somehow I knew. Yesterday was a day of destiny. I knew something was going to happen. It's like I know the daily special on Friday every week is Salmon Destiny. Was yesterday special for some reason? You're a defense attorney, right? You should know that. You should know the foul misdeeds of the evil ones who haunt this den of inequity. Evil ones. Prosecutors, they have no qualms at all about blackening this name of innocence. And yesterday they paid homage to the most evil one of all. They gave an award for a king of prosecutors. What a farce. So she's saying there was some sort of prosecutors convention yesterday? I was almost compelled to lace their lunches with something foul. Do you have a personal grievance against prosecutors or something, or is there some kind of scientific evidence of this evil? Young miss, mock me at your own risk. You'll soon find out why they call me Cough-Up Queen. Ew! The most heinous of all the evil ones, the one they were murdered yesterday, it was in his car that they found the body. Proof that he devours the evilest lunches of all. Really? Really what? I'm totally confused. One thing's clear, this lunch lady has a thing against prosecutors. What you witnessed. So what exactly was it that you witnessed, Miss Star? It was a fascinating spectacle, to be sure. I now feel I know what they say when they talk about a woman's wrath. To see Lana Skye wield that knife so her knife flashed in anger, bringing him to a sad end. It was truly a sight to see. You mean you saw the very moment of the crime? The sound of his silvery ties to this world being cruelly cut with still rings in my ears, and the rhythmic beats of Lana Skye's knife. Wait a second, you know Lana Skye? Of course. It's quite a feat becoming chief prosecutor. How many lunch boxes of sin did she pack to make that journey, I wonder? She always travels light. Now why would this pretty lunch lady know the chief prosecutor's name? Angel. Could we ask you a bit about yourself, Miss Star? Come here every day to sell lunches. I import only the freshest and best from the Far East. For some reason, the box lunches are a hit here. Why not make the lunches here rather than import them? Okay. Did you say something? No. Only true connoisseurs can understand. The kind you can only tell someone who had tried General Tso's Trilobite lunch set. Never mind, you win. I don't even want to appreciate part of a Trilobite's flavor. Anyway, I come here every day to sell lunches. My boyfriend works in the security room here at the prosecutor's office. Your boyfriend? See the security room over there, the glass wall booth. I sell my lunches, and since I'm here anyway, I dropped in to see him. Since you're here anyway, I guess selling lunches is more important than romance. So, to scientifically analyze the data available so far, you, Miss Star, are a lunch vendor with an ulterior motive for coming here. Useful analysis, not. Prosecutor's office. Did you have a bad experience with the prosecutor, Miss Star? I sense some hostility. Hostility? Perhaps. Prosecutors are all alike, and the Bigger they get, the worse they smell. Kind of like a 10-day-old clams in chowder. I wonder if Miss Star was involved in some sort of legal trouble in the past. That'd be a sure cause of food poisoning. Scientifically speaking, of course. I mean, now you're talking. Cough up, queen. I thought she was just a lunch vendor, but now I'm not so sure. Okay, present attorney's badge. The defense attorney must be able to fight. How about you? Do you think you can win? How about tackling Lunchland's Pickle Supreme lunchbox? Wow, it's really crunchy. A box of pickles. Kind of a sad lunch if you ask me. Okay, Okay, wait. Did that work? Okay. Move to, okay. February 22nd, High Prosecutor's Office, room 1202. This is the kind of room that just screams, I can do the job. Quite a change from your office, really. Thanks. Look, there's a trophy or something here. A trophy? What's that? Shield. It takes real nerve to display stuff like this. Whoever's office this is, they must be a real stuck-up jerk. Phoenix, right. You never tire of prying into other people's business, do you? That voice. Long time no see, Edgeworth. Huh? Ah, Mr. Edgeworth. You know him from somewhere? Of course, I'm his biggest fan. My sister introduced us once and, right. Her sister is the chief prosecutor after all. Well, what brings you here? I'll warn you, I've been known to be a real stuck-up jerk. No, did I? No, it was just Mr. Right here. Hey, don't blame me. We were just here to investigate a murder case. Murder? A body was found in this nasty bright red sports car in the parking lot. That would be my car. What of it? What? Your car? I'll say one thing, she certainly can scream. Okay, talk. The case. Okay. Hold on. So the body was found in your car? Go ahead, say it right. You think I did it, don't you? After you went through all that trouble to help me last year, no less. No, we don't think you did it. I mean, it was my sister who stabbed him. Oh, wait, no, she didn't do that. I mean... Wait. So you're the chief prosecutor's little sister then? Yes, sir. Emma Sky. It's nice to meet you again. Now that didn't sound forced at all. Now I remember. You've really grown. I'll admit it was a surprise for me too. To think that my own car would become the scene of a murder. More surprising still. I'm being forced to prove my superior's guilt. I can't understand. Wait. What did you say? Anna Sky is the chief prosecutor, the top prosecutor in the district. She can prosecute herself, so I'll be the prosecutor. Wait, she can't prosecute herself, so I'll be the prosecutor at the trial tomorrow. You, Mr. Edgeworth. Edgeworth. To be honest, it's a bit of a miracle I'm still here at all. What do you mean? Rumors. You've heard the rumors about me, have you? Miles Edgeworth. It's hard to remember a time when there weren't rumors about this guy. Forging evidence, arranging false testimony, illegal searches, you name it. Thanks to you, my innocence was established in the trial at the end of last year. However, there are some who say I'm the one responsible for the current incident. What? That's crazy. Some people need very little excuse to think ill of others. It's a fact of life, impossible to stop. But some of them even go far as to present me with toys like this. They think it's funny. Toys? That bronze shield? There's got to be a story behind that one. Anna Sky. Chief Prosecutor Sky, yes, we first worked together on a case 2 years ago. It was my first big case. That's right, I remember. 2 years ago, I wasn't even a lawyer yet. Since then, I always felt that she was looking out for me. It appears I was mistaken. Mistaken? Why? I mean, I know she's not the warmest person, but I'm sure she felt some responsibility for you. Then why? Why did she stab someone in the trunk of my car? Not only that, she stabbed him with my knife. What? Mr. Edgeworth, your knife was the murder weapon? To be specific, it was the knife I keep in the toolbox in the trunk of my car. Okay, Edgeworth's knife has been added. Edgeworth, what? Are you sure you didn't do it? Come on, can you take a joke? You have a strange sense of humor, Mr. Wright. Okay. Examine the trophy. I've been wondering, what the heck is this? It has a big K on it. Mumbles. A prosecutors, huh? What's that? It's the King of Prosecutors trophy. King of Prosecutors. It's a great honor. They send that shield to the best prosecutor each year. What? So that K. That's... K stands for king? Yeah, you got a problem with that? I didn't design the thing. King of Prosecutors. More like the Employee of the Month, only better. Okay, King of Prosecutors trophy added. Okay, examine the trophy on the sofa, present. Okay. So basically this says you were the best of the best last year, huh? You can take that foolish grins elsewhere, right? I lost a day of work to receive that travesty. Huh? Why is that? I had to go to the police department to receive that broken shield. The police department? Yes, right next to the police station downtown. You've been there, haven't you? Where Detective Gumshoe works? Yeah. I was wondering something about your shield. Why is it broken? Why does it matter? I've got more things to worry about. Oh, right. He doesn't seem too concerned about this award for better or for worse. Yesterday was a very busy day for the prosecutor's office. Maybe we should ask him more about yesterday? Okay, talk to the day of the crime. Could you tell me more about yesterday, the day of the murder? Yesterday was the annual cleaning day at the prosecutor's office. Cleaning day. Working with the police department, we sort and file all evidence for solved cases. We call it evidence transferal. Wiping your hands of old cases, in other words. Oh, and another thing. A ceremony was held at the police department. There was an annual review and awards for outstanding police officers and prosecutors. And that's when you got the shield? I was at the police department yesterday afternoon. I got back here at 5:12. That's very precise. People like myself and Mr. Edgeworth pride ourselves on our precision, Mr. Wright. No, I place little faith in my memory. The only thing I trust is solid evidence. Edgeworth's parking stub. This is the parking stub from the underground parking lot. The murder took place around 5:15. So the murder happened right after you got back. What, right? I appreciate it if you direct that suspicious glare elsewhere. Oh, what the heck. Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth anywhere in this premises? I'm Mr. Edgeworth. What is it? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir. Report? What? Did you find new evidence in the case against Chief Prosecutor Sky? I don't like the way this conversation is going at all. Sky, sir? No, sir. No name of that kind, sir. Not in this report, sir. I think I just heard Edgeworth's lid blow. Mr. Edgeworth's lid isn't on very tight, is it? I made a clear request to the police department, did I not? I need to focus on the trial tomorrow, so don't bring me anything unrelated. Sir, but... Sir. I'm just following orders, sir. They told me to bring this to you. I wasn't aware of the particulars. Give me your name. Yes, sir. Meekins, sir. Officer Meekins. Right, Officer Meekins, take your report and leave. And good luck with that raise next month. Whimper. But sir, I didn't know. Poor guy. Looks like he was absent on the day they gave out brains, and good luck. Right. Yes, sir? God, he caught me off guard. As you can see, I'm busy. You may leave now. Let's do what he says, Mr. Wright. The victim was a detective from the same department as the patrolman, you know. Go down to the police department. You can ask more there. Thanks. You seem to have finally calmed down at least. Okay, we're gonna move to the police department. Okay, February 22, police department entrance. Okay, let's see. Someone in Japan said, what is the most important stereotypical burger ever? Oh, sushi. Yeah, it's sushi. Yeah, she's like selling different sushis, I think. I don't know. What is the most stereotypical burger ever? I don't know. Like a hamburger? I don't know. Woo, we're finally here. Okay, why would they put the police department so far away from the prosecutor's office? Beats me that took almost 30 minutes by taxi and traffic wasn't even that bad. The police department, huh? I've only been to the criminal affairs next door. Hold on, what's that? Oh, cute. Disturbing. Why does it undulate like that? Oh wait, I know. This is the Blue Badger. They're trying to make him the police mascot. Wow, Mr. Wright, you sure know a lot about the police. Still, he does seem familiar somehow. Forget the Blue Badger. Who's that next to him? Someone appears to be dancing with the Blue Badger. Uh-oh. He noticed me. I'm sure he's running over here fast. Hey, pal. What are you doing here? That's my line, Detective Gumshoe. Specifically, why were you dancing over here? What? Well, at least he doesn't seem to be busy. This is our chance to get information. Hey, I'll have you know I'm a very busy man, pal. Okay. The day of the crime. Oh, wait, wait, no, the case. Okay. I'll give you one word of advice, pal. You'd better not agree to defend the suspect in this case. Why not? Huh? Well, it shows that the chief prosecutor has confessed to the crime. She says she summoned the detective to the prosecutor's office and she killed him. But what if she's not telling the truth? Yes, well, no, come on, pal. There's plenty of evidence against her. But what if the evidence was faked? Hey, pal, can I speak to you for a second? Huh? Me? Why is the little girl so peeved at me? She's a relative of the suspect. She's Lana Sky's sister. Well, the chief prosecutor's little sister. Just please investigate this case carefully, okay? Scientifically, yes, sir. Oh, by the way, you might want to keep your voices down. You don't want to be overheard using words like faked. Huh? It's just, it's a sensitive issue with us these days. The investigation. So what are you doing here, Detective Gumshoe? Me? Oh, well, nothing, really. They kicked me out of criminal affairs. Detective Gumshoe, what did you do this time? What do you mean this time? Then what happened? I know things are busy right now. I mean, with my sister's case and all. It's true. We've never had a chief prosecutor murder anyone before. Only the highest ranked people are being let into criminal affairs now. The lowest ranking guy in there is our chief of detectives. They're not letting any of us ranked and filed detectives in at all. None of you. I know this is an important trial, but isn't that a little odd? So anyway, I thought I spent the day getting the Badger dance down pat. Isn't there anything else you could be doing? The chief of police himself is directing this investigation, pal, and Officer Marshall was assigned to the underground parking lot. Officer Marshall. Now that I think about it, Emma did seem to know that Marshall guy. A patrolman in charge of the crime scene is unheard of, pal. Okay, examine the blue mascot. I was wondering about that. What? The dancing blue badger? It's my masterpiece. You made this, Detective Gumshoe. The chief threw together some designs and I just did my thing, pal. Nice work. It's battery powered so it can go anywhere. There's no switch to it. Just dances until the batteries die. Poor Blue Badger faded to dance until he drops. Blue Badger panel added to the court record. Okay, present the ID. Detective Gumshoe, what can you tell me about this? Hey pal, this is a detective's ID card. You can't just keep that. You have to turn it into the police. It's people like you that get me into so much trouble all the time. Meaning Detective Gumshoe must drop his card a lot. Let's see. Bruce Goodman. Goodman. Sounds familiar. Nah, my mistake. But didn't you work together within... Whoa, now I remember. Bruce Goodman, he's the victim. That's what I thought. Can you tell us more, Detective Gumshoe? Okay. Talk. Bruce Goodman. So this ID card belonged to the victim? He was a detective like myself, Detective Bruce Goodman. Don't you think it's strange? I mean, why would the victim's ID card be lying around the ground where we found it? Well, Detective Goodman should have been at the police department yesterday. There was an evidence transfer for a case he handled 2 years ago. Evidence transfer. Mr. Edgeworth mentioned that too. But Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. Well, that's the thing. It's hard to say. Word is that Chief Prosecutor Sky called him out there to the parking lot. And Lana's confessing as much. Okay, present the King of Prosecutors. Hey, that's it. That's the King of Prosecutors award that Mr. Edgeworth got yesterday. Were you at the award ceremony, Detective Gumshoe? Of course, pal. I got an award for diligence myself. Congratulations. I was wondering, why is the award a shield? Why is it broken? Oh, there's a reason. I'll tell you what it is later. Apparently he's forgotten. But I was proud of Mr. Edgeworth for winning that award, even with all the naysayers in the prosecutor's office. Naysayers must be because of the rumors. Okay, knife. Found in Mr. Edgeworth's car, stabbed with Mr. Edgeworth's knife, huh? What would drive Chief Prosecutor Sky to do such a thing? Wait, I didn't mean, I'm sure, of course someone else really did it. Someone who must have a grudge against Mr. Edgeworth. The car and the knife do seem a little too well organized to be coincidence. Poor Mr. Edgeworth, what could have happened? We have to find out a little more about what's going on with Edgeworth. Wait. Okay, I think I presented the knife. Okay, yeah. He's in a tough spot again. Again? Well, it all started with the murder of the defense attorney Hammond. But Mr. Edgeworth was found innocent. Listen, pal, there have always been rumors about Mr. Edgeworth, forging evidence, making deals with witnesses, nothing outright, but there were always whispered rumors. Ever since he was accused of murder, no one was whispering, they're practically shouting. But there was no evidence against him. Well, Mr. Edgeworth has always had unusually strong ties to the police higher-ups. So it's only natural that people would be suspicious. I had no idea he was under the gun. Anyway, the latest case has started a new rumor. People say the only reason he took this case is because he's aiming for the chief prosecutor's position himself. What? But I know the truth, pal. Nobody wants to be the one who has to prosecute the chief prosecutor. Mr. Edgeworth is biting the bullet on this one. He's doing this for all of us. And that's all I know about that. I'm not officially on the case, you know. Thank you. Why aren't you handling the case, Detective Gumshoe? You met the guy who is... what's his name? The guy in the parking lot? That'd be Officer Marshall. He was appointed directly by the Chief of Police. Officer Marshall, is he some kind of Wild West sheriff or something? No, Jake Marshall's just a regular officer from West LA. For a moment there, I wasn't sure. Look, pal, let me try to make things a little easier for you. Show them this and they'll let you examine the crime scene, maybe. Detective Gumshoe's letter of introduction. I'll be surprised if this gets us anywhere. Just act like you're supposed to be there. Nobody will look at you twice, pal. Okay, we're gonna move to the underground parking lot. Okay, February 22nd, Prosecutor's Office underground parking lot. Looks like the investigation is still going. I have to be getting back to the shop. Sorry, looks like I'll be stuck in this pit till the sun sleeps. I'll see you in my dreams tonight then, baby. Oh, still here? Hello. Why the surprised looks? Didn't I mention I've got a boyfriend in the criminal affairs too? What happened to the security guard? Hey, what's wrong, Bambina? You're looking like a doggy that lost its herd. Jake Marshall, strange guy to put in charge of a crime scene. Okay, talk. The victim? There's something I wanted to ask you. The scene of the crime, a cold grave for men who lost their dreams, and me, I watch over them as they sleep, dreaming of the desert's harsh judgment. He's asleep. Well, should we show this hopeless case something to catch his interest? There's something I wanted to ask you. The scene of the crime, a cold grave for men who lost their dreams. And me, I watch over them as they sleep, dreaming of the desert's harsh judgment. He's asleep. Well, should we... Oh, okay. Oh, what the heck? Okay. Examine the door. If you want to take a closer look, you'll have to deal with me for his partner. Oh, whoops. I did present the thing. Sorry, I did not present the thing. Wait, do you mind reading this for me? What's this? I warn you, fan letters to me go right into the spittoon. It's a letter of introduction from Detective Gumshoe. Maybe we investigate Gumshoe out that old cow dog. He's holding a birthday party or something. Look, where it should say letter of introduction, it says invitation. I think he just miswrote it. Wait, why am I getting all this defense? Wait, why am I getting all defensive here? No worries. This proves Detective Gumshoe better than a blood test. I guess I better let you in then. Thank you, Officer Marshall. Oh, that's right. He's a patrolman, not a detective. Which reminds me, hey, wait a sec. Isn't a crime scene supposed to be handled by a detective for hire? Well, folks, the clues are calling. Welcome to our gold strike. Be like the settler. Strike out the lands of unknown. Manifest destiny. Let's have a hootenanny. Note to self, police investigations are like settling land. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say? I say I won't be needing this anymore. Detective Gumshoe's letter of introduction crumpled and discarded. Okay, I guess I need to talk again. Officer Marshall, okay, guess we're talking about the victim. Good men always die young. Remember that, partner? Could you be a little more specific? Bruce Goodman, he was a detective, right? Well, aren't you a feisty doggy there now? Detective Goodman was stabbed here at 5:15. The smiling Madonna told me the tale. I think he means the witness, Miss Angel Starr. One stab to the chest, a fine piece of work. This here's the autopsy report. Goodman's autopsy report. Okay. Was my sister involved with the victim in any way? Funny you should mention that, Bambina. Chief Prospector Sky and Detective Goodman have nothing in common at all. Nothing in common? They apparently worked together on the case a few years back, so there was no motive. Goodman wasn't a particularly good detective. That's one reason why he didn't do much work with the chief prospector. But my sister called the victim here on the day of the murder, right? Here to this parking lot? So it seems, like calling an armored van to a shootout at high noon. Marshall. I don't mean any offense, but Officer Marshall, you're a patrolman, right? Not a detective. You calling me out? They shoot you at that in Texas, huh? I was one of them fancy shoot detectives till 2 years ago, to tell you the truth. Oh, really? Oh, he tells me. But you're a patrolman now, so how can you be in charge of a crime scene? Nothing gets you by, does it, Bambina? So why are you in charge? No reason. We're just short on hands right now. I'm keeping an eye out in the meantime. That's odd, though. Detective Gumshoe was saying he had nothing to do. Nothing important, at least. He's nothing but a sad old cow dog that can't find his tail. Maybe it's because he runs with the Edgeworth, Edgeworth. That cow dog's been kicked out of this cattle run by order of the chief of police. He doesn't realize it yet. Detective Gumshoe kicked out of the investigation. Okay, okay, now I can examine the door. Look, a door. This must mean something. I'm not sure that doors mean anything. No, it won't open. A mysterious lock. I fail to see what's mysterious about it. Mr. Wright, we need to learn to enjoy life more. Let's finish our investigation first, shall we? Okay, okay. Side to the right. Is it this? This looks like a cell phone. Scientific analysis would suggest this belonged to the victim. I can't think of anyone else who it could belong to. What's so scientific about that? Should we check it out? Check it out. Right, let's check it out. Oh. It's automatic. Okay, oh, okay. Oh, wait. Need to go slower. This phone's still on the redial screen. Redial. Mr. Wright, most phones keep a record of all the calls you made and received. You just press the blue button and display the last number you called. Convenient, isn't it? I'm surprised you didn't know about it. Sorry to disappoint you, but even I don't know things like redial, huh? Oh, I'm sorry. It's just you never know with people from your generation. Whatever, let's check this phone out. Okay, okay, examine the blue button. Now to see who the owner of this phone called last. Notice how the defense attorney doesn't think first, he just pushes the button. Oh, nice music. Hey, that song, I know that. Hey, what's going on over there? Ah, oh, sorry, I see you, partner. You pressed the redial on that their phone, didn't you? Well, yeah. Whose phone is this anyway? It was on the ground over there. Whose is it? That belongs to Chief Prospector Sky. What? It's my sister's. Oh, she doesn't know her phone. That's weird. She apparently dropped it when she was taken into custody right after the crime. Look, the last call was made right when the murder occurred. Looks like she was fixing to call someone, except she only spoke for a few seconds according to this. Who'd she call? No idea. Sorry, partner. I got a question for you, partner. I heard a phone ring just now, one of those newfangled ringtones. Oh, that's it? Oh. I'm sorry, that was my phone. What? Your phone? Yeah, it's kind of strange, but someone called me right as we picked up the other phone. A wrong number. I hope you're not lying. They shoot you for that in Texas, partner. We incited the wrath of the Lone Star Patrolman. Okay. Property along the sky last call made 5:18 on the day of the murder. Okay, examine the back of the car. What's this? Looks like a note of some sort. Looks something's written on it. You're right, let's see. 67S122. There's a name printed on the paper above that says Goodman. Maybe it fell out of his pocket when he was killed. Well, so what does it mean, Mr. Wright? How am I supposed to know? Look this up. For deductive reasoning, go to Edgeworth, not Wright. I'm sure Edgeworth wouldn't know what this means either. Okay, we found Goodman's note. Okay, talk. So there's no connection between Detective Goodman and my sister? That's correct, but there's a goldmine of evidence against her. And the prospector tomorrow is none other than Edgeworth himself. I'm afraid your sister's fate is decided, Bambina. Many condolences. Officer Marshall. Yeah, Bambina. How can you say that? You and my sister, you were... Is there something between this cop and her sister that I don't know about? I apologize, Bambina. Something must have gotten to me. Maybe it's the dry wind and that's a blowing through the prospector's office. Dry wind or ill will. Someone's up to something here, but who? Office atmosphere. Suspicions about Mr. Edgeworth has been flying around for nearly 2 years now. Forged evidence and arranging testimonies, you mean? He was unbeatable because he did whatever it took to win. Unbeatable, that is, until he met you. But rumors are just rumors, aren't they? These are prosecutors we're talking about. Evidence is everything to them. If you follow the rumors about Edward to their source, you find one person. But they're off limits, untouchable you may say. One person who? Hate to say this, but it's your sister Bambino. Chief Prospector Lana Sky. What? My sister? Edgeworth couldn't wrestle all those cattle by himself. Some people load their guns with bullets, some people load them with deals. Are you saying Edgeworth was making deals to win trials? Where there's gunshots, there's bound to be bullets. That's what the old timers say. There's a big old secret hidden around here somewhere. Everyone knows about it. Is that why Detective Gumshoe was taken off the case? Did they target him because he was the closest to Edgeworth? So, well, how are we doing, Mr. Wright? I guess we got some clues. We have an autopsy report, a note from the victim, and a cell phone. So you think we'll be okay? Well, the only thing still bothering me is that Lana's confessing to the crime. She says she did it. No problem. I can guarantee that she's not the criminal. Oh, by the way, Emma, yes, I know that song your phone plays when it rings. What? It's the Steel Samurai theme song, isn't it? That popular TV show for kids? The phone that rang earlier wasn't mine. It was yours. At 5:18, just after the murder took place, your sister called you, didn't she, Emma? I'm sorry. Can you tell me about what you talked about? She hung up right away. I see. Cell phone update in the court record. Property of Lana Sky. Last call made by his sister Emma at 5:18 at the day of the murder. A detective is murdered and the suspect is the top prosecutor. A detective is murdered and the suspect is the top prosecutor in the district. I've got a bad feeling about this. Like maybe I still don't know everything that went on here. To be continued. Okay, I was thinking maybe I can stop here because I don't want to continue anymore. So, yeah, I think I'll save number 5. Okay. I did some of... Yeah, it's like day 2 already. Okay, so... I think I'm gonna exit here. I'll continue this some other time. This is a good reason to stop as any. Yeah, it's a big investigation. Okay, well guys, I will be stopping this stream now. Anyways, I hope you have a nice day. Bye.